Okay. If we do minus 2.6, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's close enough to 7 o'clock.
Close enough.
Let's see here. There we are.
Hey,
Live,
what's going on, guys?
Kojak's Poker Club, but not quite the Bald and the Beautiful.
Getting
are
there. I'm getting bald.
What are we?
We're getting bald. We're getting
I
beautiful.
asked you what our name was.
Yeah, it's the Jolly Green Giants. I'm going to rip Charlie off of that one. I couldn't think of anything
The
better.
Jolly Green Giants. Okay. We'll work on it.
We'll work on it. It's a working title. Thanks for coming out today.
Reese here with the GM of Kojak's Poker Club, Chase.
How's it going?
Everybody knows Chase. We are bringing you 5 on the button tonight.
Yes.
5 on the button. A normal here at Kojak's, but this one's a little bit different.
A little deeper than normal, I would say.
It's a $1,000 minimum buy-in for tonight's game, and $2,000 was the max. Did anybody buy in for $2,000?
Yeah, I had a couple of people buy in for $2,000. Now, we started this game about 20, 30 minutes ago, and it's a full match. So these stacks are already pretty huge. I'm looking around the table. I see a couple of guys right around that 2K mark or even just a little bit higher.
Yeah, the 1K to 2K buy-in with the, like I said, match the stack later on. We've got a good lineup. Not a table I would really choose in a casual setting.
Well,
there are some good ones out there. But I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in through our Thursday night stream here. Like I said, we've got everybody tuned in on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. We didn't really talk about it much last week, Chase, but let's talk about the Fortune jackpot.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how amazing it is at $8,400 today.
Yeah, $8,400 right now is the jackpot for the Fortune jackpot. You're going to make 4 hands in 4 hours. And I was just out on the floor, and somebody had made the full house sevens. They actually had the minimum seven full of
kings.
7 full of kings. But yeah, that's going to be it. The 4 hands. You're going to flop a set of 7s or better right now. Make a Broadway with the ace in the hand. Hit a flush of the ace high flush with the ace in the hand, or make a full house 7s full or better. You're going to play both cards in your hand to hit any one of these 4 hands. And if you get all 4 of them within the 4-hour window,
then you get that jackpot.
86,
85, 84 right now. And we'll add another $100 to it at 8 p.m. in the next hour.
Yep.
We'll be up to $8,500.
Yeah, and we run this promotion in Fort Worth, and it does get hit.
Oh yeah.
So don't sleep on this promotion. One little hot session, and in my opinion, I kind of feel like it sounds bad. I shouldn't be saying this probably, but I'm going to say it anyway. The Fortune is better poker than the Flush Frenzy.
That was a big plus moving from the Flush Frenzy to this. Yeah, the Flush Frenzy incentivizes kind of carnival playing, you know?
Well, if I raise pre-flop, you have to put 10-4 suited in their range.
Yes.
Because they're trying to hit those flushes.
Yep.
And so the Fortune the Fortune jackpot, you're going to play a lot of your ace-x suiteds. You're going for Broadway straights, you're flopping sets. And so these are all cards you would normally play just in the course of actual poker. So it makes the poker games a little bit better. And not quite as wild, but the Fortune Frenzy will be back.
Yeah.
The Flush Frenzy will be back.
The Flush Frenzy will be back. If you miss it, that's okay. Just wait a little bit longer. If you think the Fortune 4 is too hard to hit, well, $8,500 is in it. So it's going to be worth it.
At the end of the day, you're just playing cards. You might as well go for it. I mean,
might as well.
You're going to be playing cards anyway, so I give yourself a chance at it.
Yeah, I had a guy with 3 out of the 4, and then ran out of money.
Oh no!
He had 2 hours to go.
And I think I would have tried to call somebody to keep that one going on if you had two going there. Here you see they're just now getting started here on this. We're going to open up the game with a bomb pot, $10 bomb pot, our fantastic crystal in the box. And let's talk a little bit about who we have playing here tonight. Seat number 1, there's Adam. He's, let's see if I can get the chip stacks up before the cards go out. So you see he's up. They've been playing a little bit before we went live here. So Adam's at least, if he bought in for $2,300 up. Got Mike in seat 2, Coach in seat 3, Jason. And actually, no, this is by chip total stack, so this isn't the actual seating series. So Adam is in 1. We've got AK in seat 2, Miguel in seat 3, Bryce in seat 4, Mike in seat 5, Coach in seat 6, Robert in seat 7, Jason in seat 9, and Luis in seat 10. We've got doing 9-handed tonight. And let's get over to the bomb pot here. We've got Queen, Deuce, 8, and a 6, 10, 7. Both boards rainbow. Pretty tough to do there. And we'll get some of the graphics to catch up on the bomb pots here and see what the holdings are around the table. They did a $10 bomb pot. Pot is 90. Let's see here. We got Luis and Jason and Robert all having a queen for the top board. And it looks like Luis is the one that's going to bet it out there. Betting 45, half pot bet there. Got a call from AK, Robert, and Jason. We got a 10 and a 9. Both cards bringing those straights home. Jason does have that top board straight with the Jack 9. And does anybody have an 8, Queen 8? No straights yet on the bottom.
That Jack 9, that's going to get there. Jason is going to get there on the bottom.
You think he's going to spike that 8?
He's going to spike it. There's a couple more left in the deck, I think.
Yeah, I'm shocked Jason is Jason. Everybody knows him as Mohawk.
Well, we can fix that. And the Mohawk is back. He did a kind of more traditional hairstyle for a little while. I'm happy that the Mohawk is back.
Absolutely. So I like to let the graphics catch up here, but at the end of the day, we're gonna definitely see Jason betting there. And we got some cards exposed. We got an all-in situation already in this first bomb pot.
You know what? That's par for the course.
No, it looks like a bet out in the fold. That's what happened. Yeah, and he just showed the hand. I was gonna say it's nobody really had much else on that bottom board, so I don't hate the folds on all that.
Well, close enough. He scooped it up. He might as well have hit that 8 on the other board.
You were calling it, getting ready for it.
I was ready. I knew he was going to win it. Don't ask me how I know. I got a crystal ball type of gaze here. And now we are stacking chips. Crystal looking at the cards here. Our dealer extraordinaire getting ready for the next hand.
You know, she walked in today ready to deal and was wearing that. I don't know what color you would call that. Would you call that a? It's orange, but it's like a.
It's a vibrant orange.
And our fantastic dealer Mackenzie said, "I want that shirt."
That orange.
Mackenzie said, "I want that shirt, Chase." So I hope you're gonna have to order the staff the shirt.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to order a couple of shirts. We're short on shorts. Short on shirts.
Short on shirts.
Shirt on shorts.
They want the spring color line, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah. The pastel kind of the baby blue shirt that Jason is wearing around today looks pretty good. He had it custom made, so might find out who he did that with and maybe order a couple more.
You see the fancy River League hat there out of Bryce. He's one of our dealers in San Angelo. Repping the River League hat. I think he got that one custom as well.
River League.
So playing catch up here. We're going to be heads up Queen at 9 suit of Luis against the 6-4 offsuit of AK. They're going to check it through on that flop.
AK might as well be AT, any two.
Yeah, he's definitely getting in there already. And nobody's going to bet this one out. And that Queen high is going to be good enough to take down the first hold'em hand.
There it goes. Luis chipping up.
Now, I'm not familiar with Luis. Do you know Luis?
I do know Luis. He is good buddies with another player at the table, Miguel. They go back maybe 20, 30 years, something like that.
And Miguel being in the 3 seat there.
Yes, sir. Sitting in the 3rd seat. Both of them personal trainers. Miguel and Luis, both a little covered up, but they look like Superman if they're wearing a shirt, regular shirts.
I think I saw seat 3 before he put his hoodie on, and I can attest to it that they're definitely personal trainers.
Yep.
You see they're playing just a 5 on the button. If you're just tuning in, this is just a 5 on the button hold'em game, but we're doing a little special with extra deep buy-ins. Everybody bought in for a minimum of at least 1,000 up to 2,000, and then a match the stack for the rest of the session. So I don't know if that's going to cause for some crazier play there, Chase, since everybody is so deep, or you think they're just going to kind of feel it out because everybody is so deep that a lot of damage can be done?
Here's the way that I expect it to go. A slow-moving train of about 10,000 tons meeting up with another slow-moving train of about 10,000 tons.
So when it hits, it's going to be a good one.
It's going to be absolute fireworks. Yeah, you're right, though. It is going to incentivize some cautious play, maybe pre-flop, on the flop, but by the river, I expect to see some massive, massive pots. Yeah. And like you were saying, we got a good lineup of decently tight players. We got a good lineup of decently action players. And I think this is going to be a really good stream.
Yeah, speaking of action here, we've got Coach raising it up to 15 with the King-Jack offsuit, and Jason there's going to 3-bet at 75 with a King-7 suited.
Look at this.
So we see his range. Adam with the Ace-Queen going to give that a call. Miguel not going to call with 10-7, and Bryce letting the button go with the Queen deuce. Coach is going to let his go, and so we're going to have Adam and Jason heads up here.
All right, how many spades are we getting? Oh, all hearts.
All hearts there. And now Jason set out this line with a King-7, so I'm assuming he's going to go ahead and c-bet this flop, in which he does. Looks pretty healthy, just betting 100. Adam here, never going to fold top pair, nut flush draw.
Yeah, you're not feeling good with the Ace-Queen offsuit before the flop comes out. But once you see 3 hearts, you got the Ace of Hearts in your hand. Certainly an easy call there.
The Jack does give Jason some outs there. Now turning open-ended, getting to see a free river. 8 doesn't do it for him. So Adam here going to be best unless Jason keeps on that accelerator and puts out a hefty bet. But he's just going to go ahead and check it over to Adam, knowing that he's not going to get a lot of bluffs through here after checking that turn. And Adam's going to just get the showdown value and turn that one over.
Yeah, even then, a healthy bet on that river, it's going to be tough to get somebody off, even top pair on that board, much less maybe he's got a made flush already.
Yeah, he would have had to have made a turn bet there to keep telling that story. But I like to see him raising with that King-7 suited.
I like it.
Lets us know that he's definitely going to mix it up tonight, which I will say Mohawk, I definitely expect that of him. He's definitely a dangerous player. But around the table, a lot of familiar faces. There we see Mike, seat 5. He usually has a fan club in the chat. I'm sure we'll see his fan club pop up at some point.
Yeah, I just got word we may have a special guest in the booth.
Oh, yeah?
Related to that.
Special guest in the booth. I can handle that.
A fan club related type of guest here. We're off to some big hands already. A lot of Broadway cards coming out.
Yeah, Coach can do the same thing, raise it up to 15. He's going to get 3-bet again by Adam with the pocket 10s. So definitely going to see him call this one here with the Ace-Queen, and Jason Ace-Jack way better than he was earlier in his range. So we're going to go 3 ways to this flop with 170 in the pot. 7-5-7. Jason getting a little bit of a flop lag there. And they're going to check it on over to Adam, who has the pocket 10s, and we're going to see a bet here, I'm sure. He is cutting out chips, going to protect the equity of that pocket 10s, hoping that they have exactly what they have and can get away from this flop, just having big cards, betting 105. And Coach going to let it go, as does Jason. So the pocket 10s holding up there. And Adam picking up decent little pot there. But speaking of fans in the chat, how many do we have? Anybody tuned in? We have lots of people watching across all of our social medias. Appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in across Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Let us know who you're rooting on, who you're seeing in the stream. Once again, this is our Thursday night stream here at Kojak, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Now the game continues on even after the stream, and we had 2 cash games going on the outer tables. So there's definitely plenty of action to be had here at Kojak. And if you want to get in on this game, feel free, come in, play on some of the outer tables. Mike there on the button, not getting anything as it folded around to him, as he had pocket kings and had 0 takers. They'll laugh there with Coach saying, really, everybody folded and you had to just raise just me? I said, yeah, I had pocket kings, man. We have plenty of poker here on this Thursday night. And the list is open for this game. And it's been growing a little bit. We might even get an outer table going of this 5 on the button $1,000 buy-in. Seeing a Bryce fan in the YouTube chat. He told me he was going to have some people watching from his home state of Michigan. I said Bryce, a dealer in San Angelo, Texas, at the River League. From Michigan. Asked me last night if he could play in this game. And I said, are you sure? He said yes. And I said, okay, you're in. And he's in on this one, flopping top pair. Jack 8 suited, taking the lead on this Jack 3-3 board. Not much drawing for anyone else, so if Bryce represents out here, he may get a fold around the table. None of these players have played with Bryce before. He's worked in San Angelo for a while, but hasn't made it over to the Kojaks hardly at all. Played in a few events in our series a couple weeks ago, but none of these players having much experience playing with him, so he can definitely take advantage of that, mixing up his ranges and showdowns there, but they show him the respect on that one off the rip and picks up a little pot there. So a good little start for Bryce. If you're just tuning in, let's take a look at some of these stack sizes. Adam, 2,500, almost 2,600, the cash chip leader here at this table. But no one really up or down too much just yet. They played for about almost 30 minutes before we went live. The live stream is a 15-minute delay, and they played just a little bit before we went live. And not much damage done, it looked like. Looks like we're limping around here on this one here. Adam calling 5 with the king, queen suited. AK coming along with the queen 9. Limps over in a couple folds all the way back around the table to Jason. Miguel did raise it up with the ace-6 of clubs there as the graphics catch up. Jason makes the call with the ace-2 soft suit 15. And Adam and AK both going to come along. Just a little pot sweetener there by Miguel. So we're going to go 4 ways to an $80 pot here of deuce, 6, 9, 2 hearts. Flop not doing much for many. Well, no, AK's got the queen 9 there, top pair. Miguel, who raised pre-flop, middle set. AK did check the top pair over to him and let him continue on betting, and that looks like what happened, betting 35. Jason, bottom pair, makes the call. And see if AK made the call. There's the graphics play catch up. Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and just make the smooth call. So everybody is still alive in this hand. Adam coming along with the 2 overcards. Jack on the turn gives some straight outs to some people. Oh, and it looks like it might have checked around there, and Crystal might have got a little too fast on that one there. Didn't give him quite a chance to react. No problems there. They'll just probably shuffle that one back in if it got exposed. But Adam here with the gut shot, the king, queen. AK is still sitting with the pair of 9s, Miguel pair of 6s, and Jason with the pair of 2s. So everybody having a little piece of this flop. Yeah, and Adam, he didn't want the chance to bet that turn there, and that's what he's going to do. And it's going to be a healthy one, $135 bet with his gut shot. And that's going to get a few folds. It may get a fold all the way around, to be honest with you. Miguel, who was the one that started this hand, does let his pair of 6s go. And I don't think Jason's going to call with the bottom pair. So, yeah, that he definitely wanted a chance to bet there, and that's exactly what he did. And dealer got ahead of him just a little bit there, but it almost looks even stronger when you tell the dealer, no, I didn't get a chance to act. I want to bet this turn card. And definitely adds to his stack here, showing up about $450 up so far on the session. Again, this is just a cash game for those that tune into our streams and see some of the tournaments. This is just a cash game these players can add on anytime they want. It is a match the stack game. So they could buy in from 1,000 to 2,000, and then as they can add on for an equal amount of whatever the biggest stack is, and sometimes that can get some chips on the table when they start playing measuring contests with the chip stacks.
Yeah, I'm Adam Black already at 27.57. So, I think a lot of these players do enjoy the measuring contest. Mike with the Rockets, just aces.
Yeah, and he's facing a raise in front of him. Miguel just raised it up to 10. Just a little teaser there. Bryce with pocket ace wants to go set mining.
Whoa.
Mike already 3-bet it. Yeah, so he
Yeah, to 150.
3-bet huge.
15x, no big deal.
Yeah, and Bryce wanted to see a flop.
What? Actually, not the worst flop for eights. Not the best, but.
And Mike's going to continue here, but the sizing is going to be kind of awkward. It looks like he only grabbed one chip. They're only betting 100. And, Bryce here, you don't have a lot. It looks decent, but you're going to need some help. But he's going to go ahead and peel one more card.
Come on, 10.
3 on the turn and no help. So we'll see what kind of sizing Mike chooses here. He can put Bryce on a lot of straight draws. So he may bump this one up a little bit. Yeah, he's grabbing a few more black chips there. Looks like he's betting 250, and Bryce is going to go ahead and let that one go. So trying to get lucky, spike a set, and definitely would have worked. But Mike, stacking chips, pocket aces survive.
That's the first time in history pocket aces have ever held up, even against a smaller pocket pair.
If you ask some players, they would agree.
Yep. I am one of them. Biggest hand I ever lost was pocket aces. It's tale as old as time.
Oh, yeah, especially in cash games. I mean, I hate to say it, but, in cash games, people do overplay pocket aces, pocket kings, ace king, because they're so used to tournaments and sort of a culture of raise all in when you have those hands. But, in a cash game, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
It's just a pair.
Oh, yeah. No,
Just
yeah.
Raise it up, don't get me wrong, but you don't have to lean into it and put your whole stack on aces.
Sure, kick me while I'm down. I get it. I got the message, Reese.
AK going to limp in here with the pocket deuces. Adam on the button going to raise this one up with my personal favorite hand, 7-5 suited. AK going to come along there with the call, seeing a flop of queen 7-4.
Wrong color red for Adam, but he still has the best hand here.
Yeah, Adam going to continue his story betting. It does after AK checked it to him. See if he wants to float with the deuces.
Now, if you're wondering why Adam already has the check mark, both the other deuces are folded.
Yeah, AK is only going to be able to take this one down with the chips, not the cards. He's going to continue to check it over to Adam, let him continue. But after getting called on that flop with just the second pair, now downgraded to third pair.
And that heart came in. I'd love to see a check raise from AK here.
Yeah, Adam's going to play cautiously and check it back, which does open the door for AK. All draws got there now.
Yeah.
I mean, you got straights and flushes. It's only 130 in the pot, though, so it's going to be difficult for him to bluff too much here. And Adam's actually going to take the betting lead as AK checked it over to him, trying to get to a cheap showdown. Only betting 65. He may get a look up here.
Ooh, maybe the rare river check raise, the RXR.
Well, we would see that it would work, but can AK do it? Does go ahead and let that one go. But like I said, that Adam could have got a piece of that. The pot wasn't that big, wasn't quite worth the risk.
Yeah.
So don't blame him there just for letting that one go. But good on Adam there to bet that one. There was a lot to beat his pair of sevens, but he decided to go ahead and bet it out anyway.
That's right. That's right. A lot of premium poker being played here, even without premium hands.
Yeah, we missed Mike C5 pocket aces earlier. The entire table folded all the way around to him after Coach limped in, so 0 action on his pocket aces.
There is no worse feeling in a tournament than having pocket aces in the big blind and you get a walk. I would rather bust out.
I don't know about busting out, but I definitely do like some action. So 10 hands. I like to check 10 hands here.
All right, let's see.
The first orbit. Let's see how many people played the first orbit. Adam, you were a VPIP leader, 60%. He played 6 out of 10 hands.
Go on, Adam.
There you go.
And Luis and Robert down at the bottom with 10%. Let's bump those numbers up, guys.
Played one out of the first orbit. I like to see how the first orbit goes.
That's right. Setting the stage.
See who's trying to settle in, who wants to try to be the boss right off the rip. And we'll see. Lewis, we had a $10 straddle. Let's let the graphics catch up here. And Lewis is going to raise this up to 40 with his pocket tens. And not much going for anybody else, so this may just get through unless Miguel wants to battle with his buddy and protect his straddle.
It's possible. 8-7, not the worst hand to get a discount with, but he does throw it into the muck.
And I'm pretty sure he showed the pocket tens there to let everybody know that he actually did have a hand.
Smart playing the meta game.
You know, showing the cards. I've met all facets of team show, team never show. It just it just all matters on what you're going to do with it. If you're going to show the cards and you're going to show good hands, then you better be prepared to make a bluff later to kind of show that tied image. And if you're going to show some bluffs early, maybe it'll get you paid on being able to think you're bluffing later. but it just depends on the story you want to tell. But I think a lot of these guys have played with each other enough here at Kojaks to where you're not going to get away with a lot of stories.
No, certainly not. You've got a reputation here at this table. A lot of these players have spent a lot of hours with each other. And we're going to see a lot of kind of head games, I feel like. A lot of leveling going on here by the end of the night.
The stream does change things. They want to flex a little bit for their buddies and say, watch this bluff I did it, this time. Rub it into the rest of the table later as well. Coach here sticking with his $15 raise. Jack King offsuit. And then AK 6-5 suited calls it. I like it.
I like it too. 6-5 suited in the cutoff. Certainly one of the better suited connectors, interplays with a lot of different flops.
And Miguel here with the squeeze. Queen 10 suited, bets it up to 75.
Not even. So, Queen 10 offsuit.
Yeah,
I like that even better.
Using the power of that position to do a little squeeze play here. Of course, you see both players coming along. I like to see AK. They're playing the 6-5. Shows he's definitely going to have some spirit in this cash game.
Ooh.
Deuce 4 King, coach, top pair. I think he's probably going to check this over and see if Miguel wants to continue on.
AK with the gutter ball, though. That's 6-5 playing a part on that flop.
And Miguel is going to continue his story. Looks like he's cutting out 100+ here.
Now, if you're coach, you got to be a little bit worried about a better king. But with the king jack, I mean, you're not going to be really up against ace king that often on the button.
Well, he did raise, though. So
he did 3-bet.
The story is there that ace king is a possibility. But coach is going to go ahead and check and see if he's sure about having that representation there, the king. AK there, boy, he's not instant.
Oh!
He thought about it for a hot second. That gut shot would be hidden as heck.
Oh, man. Yeah, with the two clubs on the board, though, just a little dangerous to be drawing to a straight.
Yeah, now, especially the third club gets there, and now Miguel actually has a little bit of equity into this hand, having the only club out of the two of them. Look at that pizza.
Looking good.
Tell us about that pizza, Chase. Where'd that come from?
That pizza came from our snack bar, and yes, that is pineapple on there.
How would I guess Moyer would be a pineapple on a pizza guy?
Hey, look at him. He's a specimen. Only true specimens eat the pineapple.
Mr. Men's Health galore with the pineapple on the pizza.
You got to get your fruits and veggies in.
Couldn't help but plug the snack bar there. Too perfect of a framing. Miguel's going to continue the story, betting a big bet of 225 into this one now that he's picked up a little bit of a draw. And coach is still not a believer. Took a look at the cards, put the cool little rock card protector thing on there. Did you see that? Is that what it is?
That is a rock. Very smooth. I complimented him on it the other day, and he said, "What?" I was like, "No, I'm being sincere. I think that's cool."
Yeah, he does let it go. So Miguel, telling the story from the beginning and having the guts to see it through, gets him that bigger pot than I expected out of those holdings.
Yeah,
and,
coach
got the best hand to fold.
That's right. Coach a little too afraid maybe of king queen or ace king, and does decide to make a tight lay down. I like to see it though.
You know, ace king was in the play. Miguel did raise pretty significantly and a lot of people these days betting the flush draws, and the front door flush draw immediately got there. So I like the conservative play from coach. There's just too much out there.
Hey, coach is on vacation. You can tell by that shirt he's not trying to make tough decisions today.
Luis looking at the ace deuce suited, raising this up to 20. AK calling with the ace 9 offsuit.
Got Bryce dominated. Let's see.
Yeah,
there he
Bryce
goes, coming along.
Wanting to play the button there. So let's see if he can avoid getting a 9 on this flop. Oh. How about Luis just flopping gin? 3 jack 7 all spades. Luis nut flush.
Gonna check it over. Give the other players some rope.
Deuce on the turn.
So he's got a pair to go along with his nut flush.
Yeah, you got Bryce having a gut shot and AK with a 9 high flush draw. So I don't know how much action Luis is going to get out of this, but he does have to build a pot eventually. But he chooses to check it one more time. No, he bet to 25, and AK is going to look him up. 5 on the river. Now tell me, Chase, Luis, that would be one of the Fortune Frenzy hands.
That is absolutely one of the Fortune Frenzy hands. If it gets to showdown, he will win and get the pot. Minimum pot's 40, and we are clearly past that.
Yeah, we see he's not going to get a call here, so not going to qualify for the Fortune Frenzy. Actually, I'm completely wrong here. You got the two buddies wanting to look each other up there. Yeah, that was a raise, Chase.
Come on now. I like that play. Unfortunately, he just ran into it.
Just
He's making the chase mistake where you represent the card the other player is holding.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for AK. Difficult timing there. Luis here going to reach for much more here.
Is it
And AK is going to say, okay, I was just kidding.
okay? Says, "Ow, the cookie jar on my hand hurts."
Yeah.
And you can see him kind of his body language changing a little bit,
Yeah. Like
realizing
I
he
said,
stepped in it.
It's a valiant effort. Like I said, on that kind of a monotone flop, a lot of players will announce it way later in the hand. But like you said, he's representing what Luis is actually holding. So
And Luis, if
hard
he
to do.
shows, there it goes.
It does show.
Gets that flush on there. Luis Pabon on the board now with an ace-high flush. One of the 4 hands that you need to make in 4 hours.
He would have been, but he didn't get called. He's got to have a showdown. He 3-bet him.
I think it says no showdown required, but I could be wrong.
Are we not doing? Oh, I'm thinking of somewhere else.
Yes.
Never mind. I apologize. So, yeah, I can see the board from here.
That's all right.
There he
Reese is
Luis,
running around like a madman, doing way too much work for even 3 people.
the flush frenzies are showdown, not the fortune jackpots. But so, yeah, there was one of the 4 hands. And like I said, I'm sure he's very well aware of that. He's got, let's see, the window closes about 30 minutes.
Yes, indeed.
It could be done.
It could be done. It is possible. Like I said, we had one guy get 3 of the 4 with 2 hours to spare. It was just a bankroll limit that he had.
Which one did he not have?
He didn't have Broadway. Broadway, I think, is the tough one because you're kind of handcuffed with the ace in your hand. You really only need to. You can only get there with 4 holdings: ace king, ace queen, ace jack, and ace 10.
Yeah, but just for those unaware, the fortune jackpot, the bar is high, Chase. The bar is high, but it will be lowered.
The bar is elastic.
It does come down later, so maybe we reduce the ace in the hand.
Sure.
Maybe we make it.
Maybe we add a wheel to it.
Maybe any flopped set.
Sure.
So the goal is to get it up there high and then lower the qualifications. But I think for $8,400, I'd be out there trying anyway. If you're going to be playing poker, you might as well be playing here, and who knows, you may get lucky.
Who knows? Yeah, stranger things have happened. People call it sun running. I don't know the meaning of the word.
Well, there's an example here. Luis flopping 4 deuce 4 on the bottom board, having 4 deuce in his hand.
Come on now.
Flopping the boat and going to bet out 90 here.
And not only that, Jason with the 2-3-5, a good wrap to get a lot of value from on that board.
Yeah, just top pair on the top, though. Don't know if he'll come along in a bomb pod. Typically, you want to have some outs on both. But Bryce here, having the open-ended with a lone 4, if he can spike a 10-8 or 10 or an 8, he can take over the boat on the top board. But for now, Bryce is in trouble of getting a scoop here.
And it looks
nope,
like...
I'm sorry. Yeah, Luis has got the straight.
Yeah, he's got the straight already.
So Bryce is in way worse shape than he can ever expect here in a bomb pot, double board bomb pot. And Luis bet a lot, and Bryce is he's still gonna come along. Open-ended on the top board. There's a 3 that's gonna give Bryce
the better
boat. So Bryce getting lucky on that top board, getting 4s full of trays. Luis confidently turning over a monster, and Bryce is going to see that he got by on the skin of his teeth, spiking that tray onto the river, getting that money back. So
that's how we treat our friends from San Angelo.
Yeah, getting pretty lucky there on that one. What a monster hand by Luis, flopping the boat on one board and then turning the nut straight on the top one.
Now, if you're listening from the River League, come out. We'll give you the river card that you need.
Yeah, I'm not sure that happens very often there, but good on Bryce to get that one back. I'm sure he's definitely thankful for that river there by Crystal. Yeah, there's a little appreciation there. I saw it.
There it is. There it is.
I was expecting that.
And Crystal, our dealer extraordinaire, really making things happen here, and very sweet. Always quick with a smile and quick with a hug.
Just threw out the bomb pot button there. I guess I don't know if they're going to maybe add on a once around or if they're just doing that for the bomb button rotation on dealer changes.
Sure. Could be the dealer change button. Could be once around as well. I don't know. We let these players, when they're playing as deep as they are, let them come up with the bomb pot rules every once in a while.
Yeah, talk to them about maybe playing a nit game or maybe a 7-deuce game. And I think they might get into a comfort zone to add a little something as the stream goes on. We'll see. But I think there's such a deep cash game that they were kind of wanting to feel things out before they added too many circus sacks to it, not knowing what the game was already going to hold.
That's right.
Three.
Another monotone flop.
That's it. 3 guys reached this flop. Coach and Adam both having king jack offsuit. AK flopping best with the queen 10, queen high board. But those 3 spades are going to slow everyone down on this one.
And that ace may even slow down AK. Let's see if he decides to get sticky with his hand.
Yeah, that ace, not a good turn card for him. He's looking at 3 spades and an ace out there now, not having a spade in his hand as a redraw. And Adam's the one that bet it out with worst hand, and he may take it down.
There you go.
That's exactly what happens. So representation, put the chips in play.
And it looks like he showed it. I could be wrong. And speaking of VPIPs here, we are at hand number 15, 1.5 orbits. Adam still all the way at the top of the VPIP leader chart right there, 46%. Robert, you got some work to do, buddy. Single digits not going to cut it, my man.
He's the white chip leader there.
He is.
He's primed and ready for those tips. Give him some cards, Crystal. You'll get some of those chips.
That's right. And John Reynolds in the chat saying, good production. Hope all is well in Midland. Yes, indeed. We had our bout with some thunderstorms, and now we got the heat.
Yeah, it was definitely hot today.
Indeed.
I was feeling it in my sport coat walking across the parking lot.
Yeah, you got to get one of those summer sport coats that I got. That thing is thin.
Got one. I just didn't wear it today.
Whoops.
Coach there, pocket king, is going to raise this one up pretty significantly. Jason raised initially middle positioned up to 25, and Coach 3-betting the button to 120.
Robert keeping that VPIP low, getting away from dodge.
Yep. And that's going to get a lot of respect off the table as Coach is going to take that one down pre.
And PR Shooter 44 saying he's here to watch Luis straight from Puerto Rico. What's happening, my friend? Thank you for joining our stream. And we're having a good time today. Hopefully Luis does well. He has gotten off to a pretty good start, I think.
Yeah, he's shown to be a couple $300 up, but I've already seen some good plays out of him. I'm excited to see how he progresses in the stream. He's definitely definitely raising pre with pretty wide ranges. We saw him play the 6-5 suited earlier, which is a good good range to have. He didn't come here to he didn't come to the live stream to fold everything. So good excitement already from him getting involved in the mix.
He was telling me earlier in his cash bouts so far this week, he's up a pretty cool couple thousand. So let's see if he can keep that going or if he ends up paying for that good run on this table.
Well, so far so good for him. Jason here under the gun raised it up to $10. Little min raise there with the 7-5 suited. Adam and AK all coming along. Mike in the hijack going to 3-bet this one to 45.
Adam with the pocket eights. The snowmen, speaking of being hot outside, Adam making the call for 35, going set mining.
Yep.
Conventional wisdom, if there's 15x the bet in someone else's stack, then it's usually a good bet in case you hit.
Well, Jason here going to like this flop. 9, 10, deuce, 2 diamonds out there.
Yeah, Mike with the gutter ball here. Adam, good couple of cards to improve. Jason with the baby flush draw.
Yeah, and it's going to check around, so we're going to see a free turn here. Jack on the turn. That's going to open up
Jack.
a lot of options there as Mike has now made the straight.
The nuts.
And Jason still having the flush draw. May come along if Mike decides to bet this here. It looks like Adam's going to take the initiative on all the players and bet his open-ended with his pocket eights, betting 155. Healthy bet there. So it's going to put AK to a little bit of decision because he has the same open-ended straight draw, but it's easier to bet it than it is to call it as he folds his hand. Now, curious to see how Mike adjusts here because he's already got it. Could be pricing out the diamonds here, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He reached for a lot of black chips there, Chase.
There he goes, 525, $5 in a squirt, as Charlie would say.
Yeah, and you saw Jason there folding the diamonds. I don't blame him. It's a lot of action, a lot of chips.
Adam covering up to make this decision here.
Well, he was. We've seen him bet light a couple times, and it's gone through. This is the first pushback he's really had, and Mike here is never bluffing. So, I mean, it's pretty much a given here. But Adam's going to have to posture just a little bit to maintain that he can't be easily pushed around. But I don't see a world where he's calling here.
Adam holding one of the diamonds in his hand too. You want to unblock those flush draws. Otherwise, it makes your opponent more likely to have a better made hand than a flush draw.
Yeah, he's going to act like he's making a very tough fold, but we can see that it was just a very good stab. Basil in the chat, there he is, our resident North Korean.
Yes, our fearless leader smiles on you, friend.
Good to see you, Basil.
PR shooter saying in Puerto Rico they play any 2 cards. Well.
I haven't played against many Puerto Ricans, but I don't doubt it. Don't doubt it. And Jared on YouTube, Bryce's brother looks like.
Yes,
Love from
indeed.
Michigan. Glad to
Michigan.
tune in and watch Bryce play with some pretty solid players. That's what I told him. He asked me, can I play in this game? And I asked him if he was sure. He said yes. And I said, I got some killers in it. But Bryce, definitely a fantastic poker player, a dealer at the River League in San Angelo. So not only has he seen a lot of poker, but he's played a lot of poker. And definitely held his own so far.
Yep, doing well for himself. Went to Michigan, I assume, with our guest Brush today, who just got back from a Michigan trip.
Yeah, they all went up there for some weddings.
Love a good wedding.
Yep, there's apparently several of them.
Well, look, while you're up there, you might as well hit 2, 3, 4 of them.
Yep. So 3 ways to this one. It got raised up with the pocket 7s by Robert, and he's going to flop middle set.
Ooh, hitting the jackpot, all 7s.
Yeah, open-ended for AK, so he may get some action here.
Now, if we get the showdown, Robert might be next up on that Fortune 4 jackpot list.
Yeah, Robert doesn't play a lot of hands, so when he's firing out like this, it's going to mean a lot. AK could lick him up. He only bet 80 into 120. And, yeah, AK going to make a pretty quick call there. So,
Open-ended.
So Robert here may need to pick a larger sizing to get somebody off of the draws. He can put him on a diamond draw. But right off the rip, AK gets there, makes the straight on the turn, and did he go?
He shoves all in, and guess for how much?
Robert,
777.
And Robert's going to make the call and see the bad news. Going to need the board to pair ace 4, a last 7, or an 8.
I am on the edge of my seat right now.
They're going to discuss things here. Maybe running it more than once. There's a jack. No help to Robert. And they only chose to run it once. So Robert, unfortunately, cannot catch a break. Wetted around, got a pocket pair, flopped a set. Immediately gets turned by the open-ender of AK. And going to get the countdown here by Crystal and see if it does have him out-chipped.
Unreal. That is not the flop you want with the pocket pair of 7s.
No,
sorry, not the turn you want.
He bet it, and but AK had made the call, trying to spike exactly what he got.
And he got there. Playing that 5-6 once again, this time offsuit, but still works out.
Yep, so tough one there from Robert, but he is going to be reaching back into that pocket. This is a match the stack game, so we'll see how much he comes back for, as he's going to have some chips left over there, so got AK getting the full double up.
And just to add insult to injury, Robert would have made one of those hands for the Fortune 4, flopping a set, 7s or better. Unfortunately, just couldn't hold to the river.
It would have been good enough. Even if the board would have paired, he would have got one of those fortunate jackpot hands, 7s full or better. And he definitely needed the chair go down there, 7s full or better there to get that fortune jackpot. But like I said, reloading, got tough turn there, and see Crystal there counting out those chips. And like I said, we were talking about that fortune jackpot. We're on a 15-minute delay on the stream here, and so people out there playing in 15 minutes, that's going to reset the 4-hour window. And what does that go up to?
$8,500.
$8,500. And looking at some of the check marks up there, some people making the hands, but it's just in the course of playing poker. We've sat here and watched it on stream. 2 people got it.
That's right.
It just takes a little bit to get lucky a little bit. And
how many times do you hit Broadway? How many times do you make a flush? You know?
$8,500 just for playing poker. That's
cool.
That's the whole point of that. And like I said, I mean, if I'm going to play, might as well try to get lucky.
Might as well put a little extra in there. And Mike with the pocket 10s. It seems like those pocket 10s are going around lately. Going to raise it up to 25 this time. Yeah, we've had a little pushback on that Fortune 4 for being very difficult to hit, but you know what? Like you said, that bar is elastic. We can move it down. And that jackpot is only going to grow in the meantime. King, queen, 4 on the flop. 2 clubs here. Nobody holding clubs except Adam with the ace of clubs. Very crucial card there. Mike slowing down a little bit here. The pocket tens. And another club hits the board. Adam now with the flush draw. And he's going to check. Playing it cautiously. Mike is in the pot. Another king comes off. Mike's tens are actually best here.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to get any action out of any of these guys for the tens, but it's hard to bet it as well. Robert, they're going to
Making Charlie proud.
Yeah, betting the 5-3. Trying to get some of those chips back. He just
Adam with the pair of twos doesn't believe him.
Adam's
Does have
gone.
a better hand.
And now if you're Mike here, you've seen a 30 and a call. You got to let the best hand go. So
Oh no.
that's tragic. He's going to see ace high there, or pair of twos good. And Mike's going to say, what are you guys doing?
Oh, Mike just barely folded too. You could see it on his face. But too many overcards, paired board, clubs out there, a lot to stay away from. Can't fault that fold.
No, I feel good about folding tens there for sure. Just not expected whenever you actually see what won. But you know what? That shows some spirit for Robert. Just getting unlucky on that set and then putting chips right back in the middle.
And like you said, Robert not playing a whole lot of hands. Maybe a little more respect is deserved on those raises. But now he's setting himself up to get a little more value out of the next time he does make a good hand. Showing off that 5-3.
Yeah, I think that one was for Charlie.
Charlie is with us. Charlie is with us right now. He not here physically, but in spirit, clearly.
But he's okay.
He is good.
He just had this stuff to do tonight.
Yeah, a little work stuff comes up here and there.
Mike here, after laying down the best hand, going to raise this one up to 15 with the ace 9 of clubs. Not getting much action, but Adam's going to defend his button 5 deuce.
That's our IT guru Chris's favorite stupid hand.
5 deuce, and Mike's going to continue here and probably going to get this one through, and that is what happens.
Not the flop for 5 deuce. Not many flops for 5 deuce, but that is not one of them.
But they're definitely unexpected when they hit.
That's right.
So that is the point.
It's like wearing camo.
Definitely have quite a few. Looks like at least 2 or 3 Bryce fans across social media.
All right.
Tuning in from the great state of Michigan. Still a lot of people tuned in across all social medias at YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch.
Yes, we are having a good time. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. You are the reason that we put these live streams on so that you guys can watch and have a good time checking us out at Kojak's in Midland.
Tonight we are putting on the 5 on the button, just standard hold'em game, but a little deeper stacks this time. $1,000 minimum buy-in.
Hey, you wanted a big game. We brought it to you.
Yeah, match the stack, and I think Robert's rebuy there was for another 1,000, I believe, is what it looked like there.
Hey, another Bryce fan in the chat, Miss Grace. Nice to see you. Thank you for jumping in.
I need some fans of some other people. There's somebody out there rooting on somebody else. How about this flop, Jake? All kings.
All kings all the time.
The three wise men on the board, and Adam here best with the ace high, but Coach is the one reaching for chips. He was the one that raised pre-flop. Definitely represented pocket pair here, and that looks like it's what's going to happen. But Adam's not going to give it to him. Calls with the ace high.
That's a good call to make, honestly.
9
And a
on the
9.
third, and that's going to make the best hand for Coach. It's going to leave Adam way behind, looking for another 9 or an ace. Does not get there. So
Blank.
Let's see if Adam makes a stab here. Coach bet
Coach
another
lead.
100 into it. Folded. Yeah, he's going to let that one go. Boy, that would have been it just shows the 9, doesn't show the quads.
Could easily be king 9, right? Not really. And here we go on to hand number 21. Sorry, hand number 22.
Yep,
21 is
we've,
on the books.
Had a little over 2 orbits here. See some V pips. Adam's still on to the top, and he's got the chip stack to show it, showing that he's up about 400 on the session so far. Robert's the only one that really took the big hit, and we saw that with that pretty hidden turn straight there. And other than that, your biggest winner, obviously, I'm pretty sure is going to be Adam. But since we got the chip count there, Mike is up a little over $500.
There it is. It's a high VPIP versus pineapple pizza.
I love it. I could have totally guessed pineapple pizza.
Looks tasty. You know what? I don't get the hate. It's kind of like Nickelback. Everybody loves to hate it, but it's actually kind of good.
I've never tried it. I don't think I would hate it. I've just never been around it.
I got you.
Yes. And when I'm ordering pizza, I don't intentionally order it. So 3 ways to a flop here. Robert with the second nut flush draw, the only one flopping much of anything. Adam with the pocket threes.
And
if he wants
facing a
to float
$10
in, he
bet.
does not. Yeah, Robert. So Robert's going to win a small pot. Sometimes just winning a pot at all will turn things around. And that's what's going to happen here as he stacks those chips and gets some other playing chips there from Luis.
Build that momentum. Get that snowball rolling.
Well, stacking chips, like I said, feels good after go through a little dry spell.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I played online the other day for about 200 hands, 2 hours of play. I made a pair or better 4 times. Robert, my heart goes out to you, buddy.
I can't play online poker.
It's not the same.
And the main reason, if I have time to play online poker, I have time to sleep.
That's true. I don't know if you hear me yawning in the background, but that's part of it.
Yeah, your life has definitely changed since taking on the mantle here at Kojak's.
Changed in a good way.
It's a lot, but you've been doing a fantastic job.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. It seems like the room is doing well. We've got a lot of games running at all times, and that is my goal.
And that is keeping it going, keeping the business growing, and having a fantastic, good, professional place for people to come and play poker here in Midland.
That's right.
And we're going to see a little bit here as Coach raised it up to 15 with the ace-king. Robert made a smooth call. Luis made a smooth call with the king-jack. And I thought I saw pocket queens there, but maybe it was just a misread or, oh, no, that was Jason had pocket queens, and he was away from the table. Oof. I knew I saw pocket queens there somewhere, so could have been disastrous, or it could have been a little miss here as we see a 7-6 deuce rainbow flop open-ended for Robert, who's going to bet this one out. So this 3 hands in a row that he's come together here. Bryce here with a middle pair, couple running outs here. We see a call there by Miguel, who has top pair 7s. Bryce going to let his hand go. Coach with the ace-king missing completely lets it go as well. So we're going to see Robert get there on the turn. So it's finally his turn to make the open-ended straight. Let's see how he chooses to play this here. See if he wants to really lean into it or if he wants to see if Miguel can improve. He does check. What a great check there by Robert. Unfortunately, Miguel's not going to take the bait. The bigger straight kind of gets there. That could be a little bit of a nervous card, but not enough for Robert not to bet. He does bet out 100 here. Miguel still has the second pair, but can't call the $100 bet there out of Robert. So Robert not making any extra money, but he's still stacking more chips. Like I said, that sometimes brings back the good vibes after losing a pretty big hand in poker. So I think it's safe to say that Robert definitely back in the action. We've seen him betting it out and going with it. So we got the special guest that Chase was referring to. You know, I was asking about you earlier because I didn't see you in the chat. And I knew that you are always in the chat. But say hi to Miss Moyer.
Hello, everybody.
Always in the chat watching Mike there in seat 5 play his Thursday night stream games. We appreciate you letting him come and play with us here at Kojak's.
Oh, yeah, it's fun. It's fun to watch at home with the kids, too.
He's had a good session so far. He is up.
Good. That's what I like to hear.
Coach here raising to 15. His standard raise here tonight has been the 15 mark, and he's gotten 3-bet a couple times. Doesn't look like it's happened so far, but Robert and AK both coming along with a little lesser holdings. And we're going to go 3 ways to a flop here. We were commenting on his pineapple pizza choice.
Yes, we have different pizza choices. I like the Italian. He likes the Hawaiian kind of stuff. Yeah.
Chase said that seems definitely a men's health kind of guy's choice for pizza there. So
Yeah.
I'll definitely allow it. I'll allow it. Both players picking up a pair of 9s here. Second pair of small bets called. We got $100 in the pot. Heads up between Coach and AK. Coach there ahead with the 9 with the ace kicker. No club coming on the river, so we still have the 3 initial clubs. Coach going to bet this one out here. He's going to, looks like he bet 25 into 100. AK could look him up just to see what he has, but not going to have the winner here very often with the third pair, and he does lay that one down. So tell me, Mike, been playing here at Kojak's a long time, plays. He went down to Houston, I believe, and played in the Champions Club, played a few tournaments there, had some good turnouts.
Yes.
So he's definitely been on a poker roll lately.
He has. And we've been playing at home with the kids a lot too. So, I mean, I love it. I love that the kids are learning poker. It's got a lot of life skills in it.
Oh, no, definitely.
So, what scares me the most is how easily the kids can bluff me. Like, this isn't going to be good in the teenage years, for sure.
Definitely the life skill there.
Yes.
Telling a story or two.
Telling a story or two, for sure.
No, it's fantastic. My kiddo's not quite old enough yet. I don't know if I'll be playing poker with them, though. For sure, but we're doing the sports thing still for now. So
Yeah.
Hand number 25 here. Mike away from the table just for a moment. So we're going to see 4 players coming along for the $25 bet out of Miguel, who raised it up with a king-9 offsuit. AK coming along, queen-8 suited. Bryce and Coach coming along, queen, jack. AK flopping trips here. See how he decides to play this hand. It's going to check around. He's going to slow play it. 5 of diamonds on the turn. No real help to anybody. And so AK is going to put out a $50 bet and see if he can get anybody to come along and get any kind of value. And I don't think it's going to happen, and does lay that one down. So tell me a little bit about, Mike, we talked about the men's health and the game day men's health that he does.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
It's really cool. It's a new men's clinic in town. We do testosterone, ED, vitamins, peptides, all sorts of things like that. And its goal is to help men feel like their best selves, go back to who they were. You know, Mike started on Cloman a few months back, and I like to tell everyone he went from watching the kids to participating in their lives and coaching Little League and having all the energy. And now around the house, I'll be like, dude, you got to chill because I'm exhausted trying to keep up with you now that you're back on high T levels. So
that is good to hear.
It is
And,
good.
I'll even admit that, we started doing these Thursday night live streams, and he, I went back through the photos because you saw the little placards that I make with the photos.
Yeah.
And I was scrolling through, finding old pictures of people, and went pretty far back to find some of these players. But saw some of them of Mike and how much weight he's lost just in the last year and a half or so. He looks fantastic.
He looks fantastic, and he's bulked up. He's hitting the gym more, chasing the kids. It's been amazing. I can't recommend getting your hormone levels checked enough as a man. It's great for you and the family.
It's definitely shown right there. We can see it with him, people that know him here, and see how much it's helped him out. So, like I said, look them up on that game day men's health. Luis here going to bet out with the flush draw. He's got the jack 10 of spades on a king 8 6 2 spades board. AK not going to go anywhere though. He has top 2 pair. So might see a little bit of a clash here between the two friends again. Luis had the nut flush against AK earlier. And actually, AK is going to raise this one up here and a call by Luis. So already, but then the spade on the river, that's going to get Luis home. And then AK, they're checking it down and knowing that spade does come home. So Luis going to be 2 for 2 against his buddy. And both of them spade flushes. That's going to...
Wow.
AK is going to definitely let him know about that one later. He's had it against him both times. But if they want to look up that Game Day Men's Health thing, do you have a website they go to?
Yeah, GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Look for the location of Midland. Our number, you can call or text us at 432-287-8858. We'd love to have you in. Come on in. And your first consultation and your testosterone hormone check for men over 30 is free. So we have your results in 20 minutes. Meet with the provider. So if you want, you can start treatment that same day.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Like I said, definitely check that out. All of us could use it. I know I could. I'm
come on down.
Way older than 30.
Yeah. Well, and you get to walk in and see me. So walk in, see me. We'll talk poker, critique Mike's play. It'll be all the good things.
He's much better than I am. I can't critique his play. He's definitely been on a good run lately and always done really, really well here at Kojak's and in other places. Has he got any Vegas trips coming up for the series? Is he going to go anymore to Vegas?
I don't think Vegas. We're headed to Round Rock this weekend for Father's Day.
Oh, okay.
For one down there.
They're tournament down at the lodge, I'm assuming.
I think it's the Card House, actually.
Oh, a different
one. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's going to do that, and I'm going to take the kids to Kalahari, and it's going to be fun.
Well, there you go. Father's Day poker trip. Can't beat that.
Yeah.
So let the graphics play a little bit of catch up here. We see a raise, possibly out of Luis here. Yeah, he's got the ace queen suited, so we can assume a raise there. He did raise it to 35. Adam and AK coming along. AK just can't get away from Luis. 10, 7, 4, 2 hearts on this board here. Not much help to anybody. Adam with the top pair, though. And see how he chooses to play this. He's going to let Luis continue the aggression that he showed pre-flop, but he's not going to do it. He's going to check it. We're going to go to a turn. A little bit of a scare card there for the top pair of 10s for Adam. It's going to give AK the lead on the hand. And he's going to announce it right here with a bet. Looks like he bet 60. And Luis said, I've gotten the best of my buddy twice. Do I want to get a gut shot? No, I'm going to let that one go. And Adam there. Adam's going to peel a card. Wants to see if he can improve on his pair of 10s. 6 of hearts, the front door hearts do get there. Either player could represent that pretty well here, but it looks like it might go check as AK just wants to see a showdown. And is going to take down that pot, and then Adam can see that he could have gotten him off of that one. Seems a pretty big bet there. And you see the dad shirt there from AK.
Yeah. Perfect for Father's Day weekend.
Perfect for upcoming Father's Day weekend. Is that this weekend?
It is.
It is this weekend.
It is.
This Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, Basil, that was a nasty one. AK got sneaky on the flop and ended up just immediately spiking the open-ended on the turn. And Robert there just having to pay that one off, hoping to pair the river to make the full house and did not get there. But he's back in it, and he has drug a couple more pots and building it back. That is part of poker. You got to be able to handle the swings. They're not always up. You got to be able to survive those troughs.
Mm-hmm. Another life lesson for the kids.
There you go. Yeah, get him chess and poker. I like chess and poker for kids. That's not bad. A lot can learn from chess.
Yes, and mahjong. That's my other game.
Mahjong. There you go.
Love mahjong.
Got some limping in going around on this pot here. First limp pot we've seen. Let's see if that's what happens. That does happen. Ace, queen, 9. Jason here with a pair of queens. No player holding an ace. Bottom pair for Miguel. And he is going to bet this one out for 20 and get it through, as no one showed real interest pre-flop. And with that premium of a flop, you can tell it missed a lot of players more than likely. And we've got lots of Bryce fans in the chat. I was, like I said, I was asking about you earlier, and that's when Chase told me the secret that you were coming up here.
Coming up, yeah. Kid free. I heard there was a good 1-2 game. So.
Yeah, our Thursday night game here. We're doing these live streams every Thursday here at Kojak's. The game varies. We'll announce what next week's game is by the end of today, and be sure and get on the Poker Atlas list for next Thursday's game. And don't know what it's going to be, leaving that one up to Chase. But we try to vary the game at least a little bit from our norm here at Kojak's. The 5 on the button game runs every day, 7 days a week. But this one's a little bit deeper. $1,000 minimum buy-in is what we decided to do tonight with a match the stack, and try to get some bigger stakes out there for you guys to watch and enjoy. And haven't been let down. The chips definitely been moving. No massive pots yet, but it only takes one. And get some big stacks pushed around in there. But there's definitely been action, and that's what we like to see here on these live streams. And this hand here, Adam's going to raise this one up in the cutoff with the king 4 suited up to 45. Miguel going to defend his hand 4-3 offsuit and makes a bottom pair of 3s.
Yeah.
So definitely flops best here. Let's see how he chooses to play. It's going to go check. Ace on the turn is going to give Adam a chance to fire at this one, as he was the one that raised pre-flop and can represent the ace. And that's exactly what he's going to do there, as he puts out that bet of $50 into 95. And Miguel's going to be a non-believer. Threw out a couple of chips out there. That's going to definitely send some alarm bells there for Adam. Adam looking for a deuce. Try to make a wheel. Doesn't do it. 9 on the river. Now, if Adam can find a big bet here, Miguel won't be able to call, but you may just see a check here as Adam may not want to stab again. Yeah, that's what he does. He does check it down, and he's going to see that Miguel called him there with the bottom pair and was correct. Adam's definitely going to stow that one in for later. The Lions jersey there you see is Bryce. He's a dealer in our San Angelo location.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, he never been. He's been to Kojak's, played in a couple of the series tournaments that we had here last month, but hasn't played any cash games. So he's definitely an unknown here to all these guys here at the table. But I was in San Angelo last night, and we had a couple of people drop out of the stream, and I don't know if he overheard me or what, but he said, "Can I play?"
That's awesome.
And I said,
Love it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
But he definitely made the drive over with a couple of his buddies, and doing well, holding his own. Definitely still in it, and that's all you can ask for. We've been streaming for about an hour, and he's up just a hair. No, actually, he's down just a hair, I think, now. I think he bought him for $1,500, but either way, still in it an hour later. Hasn't made any missteps quite yet. Robert here, who we saw lose that all-in hand earlier, like I said, with ace-king, going to raise it up to 65. Jason makes a call with the jack-9 suited. Adam, queen-10 offsuit, and the hijack decides to take the position there. But and Bryce calls with the jack-10 as a graphic sketch up here. So we went three ways to a 9-deuce trade, 2 hearts flop. Top pair for Jason, but Robert's going to keep the pedal to the metal, betting that ace-king 75. Jason here cutting out some chips, may make the call to see if Robert slows down. And he does just make the call. Bryce there having to let his hand go. So Robert here, curious to see if we get a blank here. Oh, he didn't get the blank. He got the ace. Jason's going to know that's going to be in Robert's range for sure. So any kind of bet here out of Robert's probably going to have to let Jason let that one go, and that's what does happen. So Robert's stacking him again. So definitely, and he shows the ace. Let him know that he got there. He wasn't playing around. So he's stacking some more chips. He needed that little confidence booster there.
Nice.
And, well, to be fair, Robert doesn't need a confidence booster. He's been playing poker a long time, and he knows what up and down swings are. But for those other players out there, once you take a big hit, it feels good to even win a few pots just to get the confidence back. It doesn't matter the size, just to drag some chips.
For sure. Yeah, the last time I played Mike, I won, so I retired from playing him again. Don't need to.
Now, not to spoil anything, but I will say that there may or not be a ladies' event coming up soon.
Ooh,
Interested in that?
I'm very interested.
And it's not going to be a small one.
Okay.
So
I think I know a backer.
no. So the buy-in's fine. I'm just talking about we're going to do something big.
Oh, awesome.
So a little bit of a teaser there.
That'll be so much fun.
And it's going to involve multiple clubs.
Nice.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So like I said, keep an eye out for that for sure.
Definitely. Maybe I'll have to play Mike again to get a little more sharp.
2 players here flopping trips, 7-7-4 on this board. Miguel and AK both having a 7 in their hand. AK ahead with the queen kicker. And Coach is the one that bet it out. He bet pre-flop with the ace-king offsuit, and he's going to get raised here by AK. And Miguel's got a little bit of a decision here. He does have trips, but when you have a bet and a raise in front of you on a 7-7-4 board, definitely sends off some alarm bells.
For sure.
But it's only a $100 bet, and he wants to go ahead and call it off there as he does. And Coach, seeing that he was raised from 35 up to 100 and then a flat behind him, he's got to know that somebody's lying in the weeds there. So now it's going to be a matter of how much AK can get out of Miguel with the not great kicker. Ace on the turn. See if AK keeps up the aggression here. He does reach 4 chips. Looks like he's betting 150 here. Yeah, he does bank 150, and Miguel just not ready to go yet. Goes ahead and makes the call. He's going to need an 8, and only an 8 on this river. Doesn't happen, so AK with the better 7 there. AK is going to check it over to him just in case. Now, boy, if Miguel could find like a $500 bet here, that would be tough for AK. And he's definitely putting it on pause here. Now, he does go ahead and check it just to get some showdown value there, and he's going to see the bad news that the queen of AK is going to show, and he shows that he had a 7 as well. So
Yeah.
I think AK might have missed one more bet there. But again, sometimes it's better just to check it and get to showdown and take this chips.
Mm-hmm.
So we talk a lot about in cash games when you're making those final river bets. Players, you have to ask yourself not just what you're holding, but what can I bet that someone else will call that I still beat?
Yes.
That's a big step that really accelerates your poker game. Is to think about those value bets, as they call them. Like, what can I bet here that somebody will call that I can still beat? So you have to look at what other options are out there, what they could have that you can get paid from, because otherwise, if you bet a lot of money, the only thing that's going to call you is something that actually beats you.
Yeah. Mike's been working on that, some with our son, mainly with our daughter, because she's older, on how to do all that. It's been fascinating.
Yeah, it's just that first little next level step of thinking is, if I get called, what can call me, reasonably call what I'm about to bet that I can still beat.
Yeah. Taking your check to checkmate.
Yeah. Coach here flopping top 2 pair, raised it up with his ace queen on an ace queen at deuce board. Unfortunately, not much for anyone else here. So unless anybody else gets cute, this hand's going to be over as he went ahead and bet this flop out.
Unless this hand gets cute. That needs to be a T-shirt.
So don't
for the women's of it.
Don't get cute with me.
Don't get cute with me.
I heard that a few times growing up. So
Oh man.
Definitely heard that one from Mom growing up. Don't get cute with me. Yes, ma'am. Still quite a few of you tuned in here on all of our social medias. We appreciate each and every one of you. This is why we put on these productions for you to tune in and enjoy across YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Let us know who you're rooting for or you're watching from. I've had a lot of Bryce fans in the chat from way up north in Michigan. And that's where he's from. And him and a couple of his friends drove up there this last week for some weddings and drove all the way back. And I said, y'all are young and you can make that drive. I would have to fly. I couldn't drive that far.
I could not. I couldn't drive that far.
Couldn't do it. Fold it on around here. It looks like AK raised it up here. Let the graphics play some catch up here. Now, Chase was telling me that Luis and AK are personal trainers. Does Mike work with them or know them, or do they involved in anything that y'all know of?
Not that I know of, but that is amazing.
Yeah, Luis and AK both buddies and personal trainers.
Yeah.
And like I said, I saw them before they put their poker hoodies on, and it was evidently so.
Yeah. There's something to having a personal trainer to help you zero in on your goals and hone in on it. So that's amazing.
I mean, you see even buddies encouraging each other in the weight room,
Mm-hmm.
one more time, one more on the bench press or something. I mean, it's good to have someone who knows what they're talking about.
Yes.
Pocket fours here of Robert is going to make a straight on the river, but AK not having much of anything. We'll see if he wants to make a stab at it and get Robert any extra money. Actually, Robert bet here, so AK is going to have to probably let this one go.
Yeah.
Looks like he bet 20, he bet 30, and decides not to look him up with the ace king. And he's going to show the 4. Still letting people know that he's not getting out of line. So we've had. Have you been? Like I said, I was talking about the placards earlier that I make for the Thursday live stream. Have you seen some of the photos?
Yeah, they're awesome. I was a little sad we didn't have Mike in the Santa suit from the Christmas party for the placard.
True.
Not gonna lie.
True. I might have to slide that one in there.
We have to slide that one in. Christmas in July live stream.
Won't be his last time on the live stream, so I'll have to take out one of the old photos of the Santa suit.
That'd be
Mike in the
awesome.
5 seat was our guest dealer, I believe it was,
Mm-hmm.
and him and one other regular here at Kojak's dealt for kind of an employees tournament, and he was he was cooking in that Santa suit. That might have been what started the weight loss journey. So he probably lost 20 pounds that day. He was dealing in that Santa suit.
It was.
Luis here with the ace queen offsuit, going to raise this one up to 20. AK right behind him. The buddies are at it again, waking up with the pocket aces, 3-bet to 75. Robert on the button throws away the 8-9 suited. So here we have friend on a friend aggression here again. Let's see if Luis wants to fight with the ace queen though. It's hard to call with an ace queen when you've been 3-bet. You're dominated by a lot of ace kings, pocket aces, ace queen. Definitely a strong hand. You don't be too afraid of it, but if you're going to call a 3-bet with ace queen, you're hoping your opponent has jacks or less.
Oh, he is doing it.
He's going to see a flop with it.
Fortune favors the bold.
And until I hope it doesn't flop a queen here, but he luckily it does for him, does not. 5, 10, 3 rainbow. And now if AK can find a check here, it could get a little bit tricky for Luis. See how sly he wants to play this one here.
These are my favorite hands to watch at home.
No, he did go ahead and bet it out, and Luis has to let that one go.
Love the facial expression.
Yeah, it's like, well, of course you have aces. Dealer Crystal in the box. We've been playing for 34 hands and in about an hour and 15 minutes. Let's have a look at some of the V-pips. For those that don't know, this is voluntarily put in a pot. This is what is calculated by how many hands you're playing. It doesn't really have much to do with the amounts, but it just shows how much participation you are giving into the game. You see Adam there, 51%, played a little, just a hair over half the hands of these 34 we've had here on stream. AK and Coach right behind him in the 40s. Mike and Luis being, what do we call it, discerning with their
Discerning,
hands.
that's a good word.
We'll say discerning. But Mike is a discerning player. I don't mind saying that. But the chip stacks definitely can reflect a lot of the game as well with the V-pip. But you can see there, Mike, 2,600. Now, this is a total chip count. This isn't an up-down. I can show here what it's reporting that it's winning. Now, they played a little bit before the stream started, so this isn't a 100% true count. But you can see AK there showing up 567, but I believe he only bought in for 1,000. So he's, probably right at 1,000 up. But he might have bought in for 15. But like I said, the discerning is what I wanted to show here. Mike only playing 18% of the hands, but up 510, right up there with the leaders at $2,609. So he bought in
That's
for
some Louis
2K.
Vuittons for me. I like this graphic a lot.
That's the problem when Mike's playing on stream. You get to see the results. You know what
See the results.
you get to know there's no white lies, no fibbing about
It's
how
awesome.
much.
I love it.
Well, we definitely enjoy having him here on the stream. And we have our wonderful Miss Mackenzie in the box, giving Crystal a break here, dealing out a bomb pot. And these are always an adventure for the graphics. Let these play catch up here. We've got, here they all come. Lots of players having a jack here. Coach and Robert. Not many aces out there, so we'll see what kind of. Oh, Miguel has an ace. When the graphics go to the other side of the screen, you've got a lot to look at. Checks all the way around, and it looks like Robert here, Coach here with the Jack 10. He's showing to have the highest percentage here, but Robert does have two pair jacks and 6s on the one board. And Jackson 3s on the other board. And Jason's going to be the one to bet this one out. Now, some of the field clears out here. He's got the 9-6, 5-3. He's got open-ended on the top and gut shots on the bottom. Robert decides to let his two-pair go, which is not bad in a bomb pot, especially when 3 clubs are on that one board. Coach having the 10 high flush on the top. Jason a 9 high flush on the top. So Coach here poised pretty well to take this whole thing down. A board pairing 2 on the top and a 4 on the bottom does make a pair on both boards. And it's going to go check, and we're going to see Coach get there all the way around. Jason needing that 4 on the bottom to complete his straight. But so Coach there going to take down $230 scoop there.
Nice.
It's tough to scoop a bomb pot, but he did do it.
Our son just did his baseball camp this week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, said it was amazing.
Yep.
Loved it.
Yep. Coach there, baseball coach. Which school is he with?
Midland Baseball Academy. So that was a great camp, 8 to 11. A lot of fundamentals, and Preston's been playing baseball in the afternoon ever since. So,
Yeah, fantastic. There's one thing, about about Kojaks and a lot of the rooms here in West Texas that we operate. You want to talk about networking, meeting just a lot of people, doing a lot of things. We've had some bad storms roll through, and there's always somebody who does roofing, does dent repair, does something, and so you meet a lot of people in these poker rooms, and they're all fantastic people, and so it's a great networking opportunity for a lot of stuff. That's why I like what Mike does with the men's health. Talk about a perfect fit for poker players. All of us heavier set guys.
well, and it help, when you get your hormones, your mental brain fog and your alertness,
Oh, yeah.
that's also back in action. And so that's going to help you in the poker world as well.
Absolutely. It's those long sessions that I know he likes to play.
Yes. But yeah, the networking in the poker community is incredible for sure.
Adam here with the Jack 10 offsuit is going to be the one to raise it up and get called by a lot of people here. AK wanted to see a flop with pocket fours. Mike 8-7 suited. Coach 8-7 suited. Jason going to defend the button with the ace-9 offsuit. And Luis going to try to narrow the field here as it's come back around to him with the ace-king. Going to 3-bet it to 125. And Luis, AK might want to see a flop here, but there's a lot of people behind him, so pocket fours won't be good a lot of the time, depending on what's going on behind you. Coach and Mike both getting out of the way, and Jason probably won't call here. No, he does decide to defend his button. He does have position, so we're going to see that he's way behind here of Luis, but Luis could do this with a lot of holdings, just trying to squeeze out the rest of the players. 8 deuce tray, no help to either player, so now it's going to depend on who wants to continue the aggression, which Luis is going to do. Grabbing some blacks and greens there, going to bet out 150, and Jason's going to immediately fold. So that's just a lesson in pre-flop aggression and then continuing.
I will say the new chips show up beautifully on the live stream. The old ones, but it was very obvious when y'all got them, and so that's fun.
I appreciate that. I've made a lot of chips for a lot of places, and I was nervous the most about Kojaks.
Really, they're beautiful.
And it was because that Kojaks has had the same chips forever. The same, 7 years old, and I was like, they were almost a nostalgic factor now. And so replacing those chips, while everyone knew it, no one was really clamoring for it because it was just kind of classic poker chips here. So when I definitely took a lot of suggestions and a lot of opinions on what to design, and I think they came out great.
They did,
and I think everyone's liked them. So I feel good about it.
Mike's commented on him from playing with him, but just the visual graphics from the live stream of somebody who watches the live stream regularly.
Oh yeah,
they're definitely.
And
you did great.
And luckily we got some stuff coming for the live stream, new cameras, some new setups, and we're gonna get the volumes put on these players, and so it's gonna be pretty exciting stuff coming up for the live stream.
That is really exciting.
And we definitely do it because we get quite a bit of viewers, and we appreciate each and every single one of you.
It's fun. The kids sometimes will take my phone and then text for me as well as we watch.
We got Coach here flopping trip aces on ace, queen, ace board. Not much for anyone else here. Robert does have a queen, but don't expect him to play this too aggressively here. So we'll see how Coach wants to proceed. A sneaky check, and it's completely wrong. Robert here going to fire and see where he stands. Try to sniff out the ace, betting 40 here on this flop. And any kind of pushback on that bet's going to definitely push him to not do much more into this pot. We're going to see Coach maybe smooth call here. Or if he wants to go ahead and raise it up now, we'll see. But can't be in love with his 5 kicker. Robert could have an ace here a lot of the time, but you're still never going to fold here. So he does make the call. And so unless we see another queen or a 5, which we do not, you're going to see a check behind here from Robert 100% of the time. And that is what happens as a 6 on the river. Does not change things. Coach is going to bet, and Robert is going to go ahead and surrender. He wants to show that he had a queen, and Robert kindly shows the ace. So these guys have been playing together a long time up here at Kojak's, and we were definitely talking about, trying to get bluffs through on people that you play with all the time, and playing differently for the stream, and it doesn't quite work out as planned because like Robert's he plays poker all the time, and people know that he's not messing around most of the time. So on these streams, I just want to see him bluff, just a massive bluff one time, and show the world that
would be awesome.
He has it in him, and because they see him play, they know him, they know that he is a no nonsense poker player, and I just want a big pot one time and him to get the bluff through on it, because he's definitely one of the group here that could do it. Absolutely.
I think that's why it's so fun for me to see Bryce on here as well.
Yeah,
somebody
new,
fresh.
Yeah, and he's another player that they don't know. So and he's been pretty selective with his hands. Hadn't really gotten to play it too much. Cards haven't been helping him out too much. So they've seen him fold a lot. So he's definitely set up for a good bluff here on the stream if he wanted to. Being an unknown and being not catching much cards to get involved very much. They haven't seen much action out of him, so kind of got the reputation of an ABC player right now. Definitely not going to be jump into a bluff with that kind of image right now.
Those pieces look good.
And that's from our new snack bar. Have you had anything out of the snack bar yet?
I didn't, but simply because by the time I realized you had a new snack bar, I had already bought dinner up here. So you
haven't been here in a while. So.
I haven't been here in a while, just with live. But yeah, talked to Chris back there, and man, it smelled good. I was like, man, I made a bad decision
with the pizzas and the hoagie sandwiches, and I mean, it's really, really good thing here, and definitely saves you money, because I know how much he used to DoorDash. Mike DoorDash.
Yes.
Getting off of work and coming to play poker and door dashing not too long thereafter. So.
No, that's another huge upgrade you guys have done. So y'all are just making this like the place to be.
I would definitely enjoy and want to do it for the people who do come here and play.
Yeah, I want to hear more about this ladies event.
Not yet.
I know.
Not yet.
Getting excited already just thinking about it.
Checks through a monotone heart board, and Luis is going to hit a set on the turn, but unfortunately there's not much for anyone else as no one has a heart. So Luis here with the lead with the set of tens, but definitely a scary board.
Yeah.
Reaching for some chips there out of Miguel here, bet this out, trying to take this down. Yeah, and he's going to get called in all three spots, interestingly enough. AK does have two pair, and so the fourth heart does come out, and that's going to stop everybody in their tracks, unfortunately. Two pair, no good. And Miguel, who was trying to represent, he did make the straight, but no player is going to be betting here, no one with a heart. And Luis's pocket tens, they're going to surprisingly hold up, as the 10 of hearts is in his hand. Almost a straight flush.
Almost.
So it is almost 8:30 here on the live stream. We've been streaming since 7 p.m., 7 to 10 p.m. every Thursday. And we're about 20 minutes into the new Fortune Jackpot. I don't know if you heard me and Chase talking about that earlier, but it's the new promotion we have here at Kojak's. 4 hands, 4 hours, $8,500 is what it's up to right now. You can flop a set. Make a Broadway straight, hit a flush, and a full house. If you can do all 4 of those in 4 hours, $8,500 could be yours. And so there's no reason, if you're going to play poker, might as well play and get some extra money just for playing.
Yeah.
Maybe get lucky and make those 4 hands. Dominic saying Bryce running the show. Well, no, Bryce... good poker player there, but the deck is not cooperating with him. He's not able to do too much. This isn't a very good table to be trying to bluff on. These guys definitely don't mind calling, but he's going to wake up with a little something here. Coach raised it up to 35 with the 10-8 of spades, and Bryce and Miguel are going to come along. Bryce with the queen, jack offsuit, Miguel 7-6, and Ace 3-5, 2-diamond board. All players holding black cards. Coach is going to keep up the aggression that he showed pre-flop here, and unfortunately, it's just one of those flops that is pretty polarizing. Miguel is going to float $40. Going to see if he can catch a miracle 4, a board pairing ace. We'll see if that slows down Coach, though. He does not have the ace if he wants to continue representing it, but he does not. Checks it over to Miguel. Miguel's not going to take it over just yet. A bet there could have ended things, but it doesn't matter because he hit the 4 on the river, giving him the 7 high straight. And Coach here is going to bet this one out. And that's going to be chips that won't be coming back to him.
Nope.
Miguel here, he has a very hidden straight. The board is paired, but it is ace 5, 3, 4. So the odds of a boat in Coach's hand, he would have to have pocket 5s, pocket 3s, or pocket 4s because he was the one that raised pre-flop, and he's not going to be doing that very often with the ace 5, ace 3, or ace 4. So Miguel, not too worried about a boat here. He's going to reach. Looks like he min-clicked it back. Didn't even bet that much. Just trying to get anything. Yeah, he just raised a min-click of 110, but that's a huge red flag, and Coach didn't have anything to combat with anyway. So Miguel hitting the gut shot there on the river, but that river raise there allowed him to. I didn't get to see if he showed the hand or not, but
I don't think he did.
yeah, it's that would be one that I think I would just let Coach believe that I had an ace there and slow played it. So yeah, Bryce played a hand, guys. Didn't work out. Didn't work out. But like I said, in his defense, this is not a table that you can bluff very easily. But he is set up. He is set up. He's not playing many hands, hardly at all. So he is set up to possibly get a bluff through if need be later.
Yeah, Titan table Thursdays or something like that. Go with that.
Yeah, he's these guys here. It's definitely a difficult table. So we're on a 15-minute delay. Was Mike visiting with you? It's been
Probably.
more than 15 minutes. Where's he at?
I don't know.
Coach here with the min raise with the king 4 offsuit. Luis waking up with pocket jacks. Going to make a small 3-bet to 35. Bryce on the button. Decides not to defend with the king 5 offsuit. Back over to Coach, who doesn't really have anything, but he was the pre-flop aggressor, so he does come along. 9 deuce tray, 2 hearts. Yeah, and it's going to go check bet out of Luis, and Coach immediately has to fold. And Luis frustratingly turns over the jacks, not getting the action out of him. But I don't think I would want action. Jacks is a good hand to lose with, real easy.
Mm-hmm.
I think any kind of pot you can drag with pocket jacks, you did correctly. So when you and the kiddos play poker, do y'all play for chores and house duties?
That's a good idea. I'll need to do that.
Yes, that's a nickels and dimes, but big winner has to do the dishes.
That
For a
would be
week.
that would be amazing.
Well, with poker, you've got to have something of value. Otherwise, you make crazy bets and crazy calls. There's got to be something, but it doesn't have to be money. You could say, the big winner
Yeah.
has to mow the lawn.
We're just also competitive. It's really, we play for bragging rights, and that sounds weird, but that's huge in our
Yeah,
house.
There's nothing wrong with that.
So that would probably help with our son's. He has no poker face.
Luis here going to raise it up with ace 6 of diamonds. And AK's buddy going to come along once again. And here we have a monotone board. King 6 versus ace 6. Neither player here having a spade. 4 on the turn. It's going to give Luis the check mark with the pair of aces. Deuce on the river, no help. So Luis going to take down another one here from AK. So hand number 42. And let's have a quick little look here at the VPIP. AK definitely getting involved here lately, and he's got his VPIP up to 50%. Half the hands here of these 42 hands. And you see Bryce and Mike not having much to fight with here. We'll see if the deck kind of turns around and helps them out.
All right, here we go. So how much fun have you been having watching all this action unfold?
It's been a lot of fun.
I am glad to hear that. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. We got a nice little setup in here. It does get toasty. I don't know if you've noticed that.
It feels good to me, but I'm
Yeah.
always cold.
Well, this is the spot for you.
This is the place to be.
And look at this. AK with ace 10, making 2 pairs. Robert with a pair of jacks now. AK going to lead for $10, only 25 in the middle now. Mike making the correct fold. You must be so proud.
I am
I can see you tearing up a little bit.
a little bit. I mean, we did the winnings earlier, and I've got some shoes coming soon. So we're just trying to protect my new
That's
loot.
You going Louis Vuitton? Is that what you're thinking?
I mean, always.
Of course. Red bottoms, red soles, I mean. Is that Louis Vuitton?
I think Red Bottoms, Red Soles are their own brand,
Okay.
and I think yeah.
God, I feel so uncultured right now.
Don't worry about it.
I'm not quite a shoe man. I've got these Skechers on right now. For comfort.
For comfort.
For comfort more than style.
I've gotten to where I'm not as into shoes as I was. It's more about I don't know, purses for me, I guess.
Purses is a good one. A little more utility.
Yeah.
Not much, but a little bit more. And Luis got a little utility here with the 5 deuce. He is absent from his seat, so he is going to be folded. I don't think he's going to be too mad about missing that one.
I don't think so.
AK with the pocket 8s, the Snowmen. And Miguel with the jack 3 getting out of there. Bryce with the ace 5. Mike with the king 6 suited, a nice suited king of hearts.
Yeah.
And Mohawk with the 7-6 going to 3-bet to 90. Big chunky 3-bet. It's going to get at least 1 fold. And Mike is out of there as well. And it looks like AK and Jason heads up to the flop. 3, 4, 5.
Ooh.
6, 7 for Jason.
Yeah.
Not great for AK. That's what we call gin right there. You flop the best hand possible. And Mohawk's going to lead out. AK with the overpair is going to call. Pair 8s is higher than every card on the board. That 2 might change things. Jason still with the best hand possible, but now AK knows there's 4 to a straight out there. 200 is the bet. Jason asking AK, how much do you like your hand? AK says, not really a whole lot, but enough to call. 760 in the middle. A 3rd club hits the board. Does that slow Jason down? He's thinking about it. See, this is the part where the player chooses a size. And that's a huge size right there.
Yeah. He's thinking about what he's putting in.
He's thinking about how much money do I want to get out of AK right now.
Exactly.
Now, with that queen on the board, AK no longer has the overpair. So he is losing to any queen. He's losing to any flush. He's losing to any 6 or any ace.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. And you saw him just grab a barrel right there a second ago, seeing how heavy does it feel in my hand?
Yeah.
What happens if I lose this? And I think he's about to make the right fold. He's looking at it. He's thinking about it. Posturing a little bit. Sunglasses on top of the hat, and he does put the cards in the muck. Jason's still getting a huge pot out of that, profiting $395.
That's a good purse.
That's a good purse right there. $395. That'll get you a good coach. Good coach purse. Maybe a little Steve Madden.
Yeah. Kate Spade for sure.
Kate Spade, yeah. What happened to Betsy Johnson? Do we care about Betsy Johnson anymore?
Yeah. I was never a Betsy Johnson person.
I like
Personally.
how gaudy all of her stuff is.
Yes. My sister is a big Betsy Johnson
Really?
fan. Mm-hmm.
See, you know,
But she's an artist.
yeah, that's what I think it is. It's not so much the value, it's just like, if you want hoops, here's hoops.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are the only designers I know. Oh, I know Burberry. Is that a designer?
I don't know if that's a designer. It's a
Hey,
brand.
Brand. It's a print for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Guess is one of them. Or no, you were telling me to guess. Ah.
Both. I don't know. Have to ask the preteen in our house. The girl. I'm sure I'm old and not saying the right ones at all.
That's okay. You know what? You're with me.
That's
We're
great.
holding it down.
We're holding it down.
We can name a couple of them.
Old Navy. No.
Old Navy. J.C. Penney. And this board here, all 3 spades are out. Coach, the only one with a spade. Robert bets. Everybody folds. And he gets a $25 profit.
There you go.
Maybe enough for a Betsy Johnson ring.
Like a speck of her ring, I think.
Yeah, are they that expensive?
I think so.
Back in the day, they were not very. They were still pretty affordable. I don't know. Maybe she blew up since then. Used to go to the mall a lot in 05, 06 when I was in high school. What a wild time to be alive.
Wow.
Buying CDs.
You're a baby.
You know what? That's what they tell me. I got the gray hair though, so
Yeah.
And Miguel with the queen jack here in the +1 spot. AK limping in with the 8-7. 10-6 for Coach. Queen jack for Robert. 2 queen jacks out there. Adam with the 7-5. Adam's going to think about making the call here for another $15. AK comes along as well. Getting good pot odds. We got 4 players, $80 in the middle. And we are off to a flop. Ace 5-9 here. Pair of 5s for Adam. Gut shot for AK. AK's been 4 to a straight, it seems like, every hand.
Yeah. He's been right there quite a bit. It's got to be gut wrenching.
It's gut wrenching. Now he's got the. Didn't really improve with that 3. That 3 mostly a blank. Miguel betting 50. Adam's going to call. He's also got a gutter ball here and a pair. No gutter ball, just a pair. There's the 4. Doesn't help anybody. Adam's pair of 5s is going to win the pot if it gets a showdown. AK unburying his cards from all the chips. And it looks like Miguel's going to keep the aggression on, leading out for $175. That'll get Adam to fold the best hand.
Yeah.
AK probably not going to come along. Folds face up. And that'll do it. Miguel taking down a quick $400 pot. Another coach purse.
Another one.
So how much poker do you play?
Last time I played Mike, I won, so I retired. Yeah.
Quit while you're ahead.
Quit while I'm ahead. We do play with the kids, I was saying earlier, quite a bit because I love it. You learn a lot of, thinking on your feet, acting under pressure, critical thinking,
Yes.
math.
Yes.
And then just some of the strategies Mike's been, how much you bet per pot and stuff like that. Our daughter, who's 11, gets that a little more than our son, who's 8. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and they'll just play heads up a lot of the times too. I love it. I think it's awesome.
Game.
Yeah, it's a fun game, and
Good bonding, good quality time.
yes,
And talk about learning your times tables.
yes.
Good way to do that also.
Well, and it's paid off because they get pulled for extra like math because they're so sharp on it,
Yeah.
so quick on it in their head. So it's awesome.
That's an excellent skill to have in life.
Mm-hmm. I don't like how well they can bluff to my face, but
Well, you just got to get better at reading them, I guess.
yeah, especially as we come into the teenage years.
Oh, yeah. Look out. Where were you last night? I was home. I was asleep. What are you talking about?
I know.
No, I my record against my wife, we play heads up quite frequently. She beats me about 9 out of 10 times. She's got me figured out. I don't know what to say.
Yeah. Well, and that's one advantage I have, I guess, of watching all these live streams is being able to read Mike a little bit.
There you go.
I'm not on the live stream. I'm a loose cannon.
There's a reason you won't find me on these streets either.
Oh, man.
I sit back here because I don't like losing money. And I would probably do that every time.
Yeah, Reese was saying we should play for chores. I hadn't thought about that before. We've always
Not
played
bad.
for bragging rights.
Who wants to do the dishes? Call my ace high.
Exactly.
That is a really good idea. I may have to bring that into my house.
Mm-hmm.
Who am I kidding? I'm doing all the chores. If we do it that way, I'm doing every one of them.
I think I'll just supervise the hands as they do it.
Yeah, there you go. Just supervise. Make sure everybody's keeping everything above board, keeping it fair.
Mm-hmm.
You can be the floor supervisor of the house.
There we go.
AK with the 2 pair here. Looks like he's going to bet $100. Nobody going to call, but he gets the pot. Scooping a good one out of there. And speaking of which, let's pull up this wins and losses chart here. Mike in second place, $465.
It's a couple of Kate Spades.
A couple of Kate Spades coming our way here. I'm going to split them with you, I hope.
Sounds good.
I don't care. I wouldn't do anything with them anyway. Luis in first place here at $7.95 in the green. AK up $172. Miguel up 70. Adam up 5. Robert currently throwing the party, but hey, you got 777. Nice little jackpot there. Still got $1,300 in his stack. Definitely enough to be dangerous. So he is still in the running. We've been streaming for about 2 hours now. We got about 2 hours left on the stream. Hour and a half, somewhere around there. And Robert with the ace king. Speaking of which, starting to turn things around. Let's see how much momentum he can build with this hand. Adam with the king jack. Good calling hand. And Robert will have him dominated. Now they both have a king in their hand, but Adam with the jack and Robert with the ace means Robert is in a great spot to win a lot of money from Adam. And Miguel with the 5 deuce, hoping to connect with a low board. Bryce with the 9 deuce, he was in the straddle. We'll call it that. Ace 8-3.
Ooh.
That 5 deuce actually looking pretty good with a gut shot. He's got 1 club on the board. But Robert, of course, with top pair. Betting small, only $50. Adam going to toss. Didn't get enough of that board. I think Miguel may come along. This gutter ball. Backdoor flush possibilities. And he does.
Yeah. For $50, I think I would as well.
For $50, I mean, come on. That turn card, that crucial turn card is a 9. Doesn't improve Miguel. Robert still with the best hand. 93% equity here. Let's see if he sizes up a little bit. Yep, up to $100. A little less than half pot. And that'll get Miguel to fold. Robert scooping a pot, chipping up. $170 closer to even. We got Mackenzie in the box. One of our favorite dealers. And that'll do it for Mackenzie. Speaking of one of our favorite dealers. And we got Crystal back in the box now. That means it's time for a bomb pot. Now, how many of these bomb pots have you watched already?
I think just one.
Just one.
Yeah.
Well, that's enough. That's enough to cut your teeth. We got 2 boards. We got 4 cards. We got 9 players. We got $90 in the middle already. And we got Crystal pitching cards faster than the camera can even keep up with.
Our son was asking if she was, he watches that YouTube channel where they do all those card tricks and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, is she on that? Because of the way she just flips them so quick. I'm like, no, but she could be.
She could be. Some of the things people are doing with cards is wild.
Mm-hmm.
There was one, the guy holds the deck in his hand like this, and then he goes like this, and then there's cards in all 4 fingers.
Yes.
Unreal. I don't know how you do that. Would love to get good at it, but I don't think I have enough time. All right, now the cards are populating. The hands are generating. The boards are out. A lot of hearts out there. Robert with the nut flush on the bottom board here. And a pair of aces on the top. A couple of spades in Mike's hand. Yep, another heart hits the board. Mike still with the nut flush. Sorry, Robert still with the nut flush. got the 2-5 to go along with the ace. Luis looking for a straight. Adam is already there with the wheel, but he does have 0%. Robert betting 90. Adam out of there. Miguel out of there. Bryce out of there. Mike thinking about a call, makes the correct laydown, and Coach now thinking about a call here. He's got the pair of aces. He's got the pair of fives to go along with it, but no hearts, no spades either. Yeah. And he does let it go. Robert taking one of the smaller bomb pots that we've seen, but he proudly turns over his hand, showing off all those goods right there.
Wish I knew what they were saying.
Me too. Me
So
too.
animated.
That has been a project of mine for a long time running. Me and Reese were working on it not that long ago, trying to get microphones on all the players. We've got some of the equipment here. Getting
That's
it
exciting.
to talk to each
I
other.
was telling Reese, I love the new chips. They're a great new visual.
Yeah.
On the live stream.
Glad to hear it. Yeah, we really enjoy the new chips. They are slippery, though, because they're so new. There's no grime on any of them. So handling them has been quite the task for me. But you're right. They do look great, especially Miguel's stack over there making a castle. Always fun to see. I like when we get Billy on here because he makes some fun designs. He does. He makes rocket ships, spaceships, cars. I think one time he had the an actual replica of the Roman Colosseum.
I didn't see that one.
It was
That's
one for
awesome.
one. It was crazy.
That's
I'm
amazing.
exaggerating. And Robert with the ace queen getting no action. Turns his hand over. And that'll do it right there. Hey, Ham in the chat. What you say, Ham? How you been, my friend? Ham is was one of our regulars. He was out here working a job site. Came in very frequently. Always a delight to have at the table. But now he's back at work. I want to say Oklahoma. Something like that. He's a Louisiana boy like myself.
Nice.
At heart, at least. Now Crystal pitching out cards. Hand number 51 is upon us. Luis with the 10-8. Adam with the king-jack, the house hand. Let's see if AK wants to make... Nope. I was going to say he wants to make something happen with the 7-deuce, but he does not. And Mike with the K9, letting it go. Coach with the 10-deuce. Another open every fold. 2 in a row. Crystal, shuffle those cards a little differently.
Yeah, let's get it going, girl.
Let's get it going. Let's get aces and kings and jacks. And a 10 on the flop. I like Coach's shirt here. It looks like he's on vacation with the alligators and palm trees. That shirt screams Florida more than any shirt I've ever seen. Now Robert with the queen 4 here. In the muck. Jason in the muck. Luis with the ace 3 in the muck. AK with the 8K. Gonna make a call here. Miguel with the pocket 9s. Looks like Crystal listened to us.
Yeah,
Shuffled them a little differently.
Did a little different.
Got something going here. And now Mike with the queen jack. Gonna raise it up, it looks like, up to 85. Now AK with a decision. The king 8, the 8K. Not so good. Gotta check to make it sure it's real. And the cards say fold, so he's gonna do that. And Miguel with the pocket 9s here. Classic race scenario. The under pair versus the 2 overcards. Miguel just has to decide, does he want to put chips in the middle with a fairly decent pocket pair? And it looks like he does not.
I think he does.
Wait a second. You are right. And he sure does. We are heads up now. Mike and Miguel. Miguel and Miguel, or Mike and Mike, depending on which language you speak.
Yeah.
And Mike does flop top pair. Let's see how Miguel wants to play this one. He hasn't checked yet. And look at Mike. Solid as a statue, not giving anything away. It's his turn to act. He doesn't move until it's his turn and then throws out more chips. Got top pair, got the flush draw, almost endless equity. And he's going to take down that pot right away.
Nice.
Miguel saying, I didn't even want to be here today. And Mike adds to the purse fund.
Yes.
We got shoes locked up. Now we're just working on a purse to go with it.
Yeah.
Maybe a nice bracelet when all is said and done.
I'm okay with that.
There you go. Ham said he was in Tennessee. That's what it was, not Oklahoma. Back home working now, though. Glad to hear it, man.
Mike and I met in Tennessee.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. He was at Fort Campbell, and I was working in Nashville.
I would love to hear that story. Working in Nashville doing what?
I was interning with Capitol Records Nashville.
Oh, very cool.
So that summer, I interned for the new acts, which was Lady Antebellum, Luke Bryan, and Eric Church.
Man.
Yeah.
Quite a ticket right there.
Quite a ticket.
To say the least. And was this, what was Mike doing at the time?
He was a Chinook pilot in the Army.
Okay, yeah, I was about to ask if he was flying helicopters.
Mm-hmm.
My intuition was correct.
We met what I tell the kids is a live music venue. Ooh, look at that.
That's a full house right there.
Full house.
And AK shows it. And that's good enough to be on the Fortune 4 jackpot board.
Nice.
And sure enough, I look up and AK does have a full house. And he got a couple of bucks to show for it.
Even better.
Even better. And so I guess Mike landed the Chinook on top of the venue, swung down, rappelled down, swooped you off your feet right there.
Not quite. But yeah, I like that story.
That's just what I imagined.
Yeah.
Knowing the two of you, I don't think it's too far-fetched.
He did take me to, when we got engaged, around to show me the post and had a Chinook open and got down on the knee in the belly of a Chinook and proposed to me. See, yeah.
How romantic is that?
It was really cool because nobody else can say that story.
Nobody. You are one of one.
I one of one. No, I bumped into him in a bar.
Classic.
He's cute.
Classic. Oh, excuse me, sir.
Excuse me. I didn't see you there.
That is very funny. I can imagine that. Yeah, Mike is quite a gentleman, quite a handsome guy,
Yes.
and great sense of humor. Can't say enough good about Mike.
Me either. Hard eyes.
Heart eyes. So we had a Christmas party, company Christmas party in December,
Mm-hmm.
and Mike came dressed as Santa Claus.
He did. And I mean, he was all about it. It was he was so excited. He couldn't decide. Like, he had the kids ask, he's like, is this pillow make me too big? Is this one too small? Like, where do I need to go?
Classic Mike.
Just wanting to do the best for
Just
up here.
exactly.
He loves you guys. You guys are awesome.
Oh, we had the best time. And my wife was my plus one, obviously. And she would not stop talking about Santa Claus and how good the costume was and how nice he was. So we had a couple of players dealing for the dealers and had a great time with just a fun tournament. I busted out right at the very end. And then as soon as I finished up, everybody wanted to chop the prize money.
Of course.
Womp, womp, womp. But my wife came in to work the snack bar here very recently, and Mike was ordering something, and Megan came up to me and said, that's Santa Claus.
That's Santa Claus.
That's him right there. I'm so starstruck.
Yeah, I told Reese he needs to be on the placard as Santa Claus for the live stream.
I think so. Well, Mike was asking me when we fired up the live streams again at the beginning of the year, he said, maybe I should come dressed as Santa Claus. And I said,
should.
I would be bummed if you don't.
Christmas in July.
Christmas in July. We're going to make it happen. It'll be Mike's special live stream, a.k.a. Santa Claus.
But only if you make Coach do something as well. I think Brooke would be remiss if
Absolutely.
Coach and maybe he could be an elf or
He could be an elf. We could do
more Hawaiian themed or something. I don't know.
It could be suntan Santa Claus.
There we go.
You got the suntan glasses
Yes.
lines,
Exactly.
sunglasses lines.
Santa on vacation.
Santa on vacation. Working Santa and vacation Santa. Now we got the K9 versus the Ace 10. Adam in position and
Ooh.
not really hitting that flop.
No.
Bryce is going to breathe on this pot, and Adam is going to fold. Okay. A good sneaky check from Bryce.
Very smart.
Got too much of the board locked up and checks it over to Adam again, who bets $25. Bryce checks his cards before throwing in a bet.
Here we go.
Also a good move. And that 4, that blank on the river. Bryce going to check one more time, giving Adam just enough rope to bet another $75. Let's see if Bryce goes for the rare river check raise, the RRXR. And he does not. Just making a call here. Oh, it is to 200. There's a black chip somewhere in there. Adam with no part of this board. And take a deep breath. Look at his cards one more time. And drum roll. Pitch him into the middle. And another good hand, well played by Bryce right there.
Mm-hmm.
Bryce doing very well for himself. Got the fan club in the chat. Everybody erupts with applause. And Crystal shuffling up hand number 56. Hard to believe we've got through 56 hands on this live stream. Having a good time doing it. Thanks, everybody, for watching.
Whoa, what just landed on? Is that?
That is not a chip. That is not regulation right there. I don't know whose that is either.
Is that from the snack bar?
Looks like Jason. Mohawk getting a little tipsy, or working on it at least. And we are a BYOB club, so bring your own whatever you want. You can bring some liquor, you can bring some beer. Those seltzers are popular these days.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. It looks like Bruce's fan club is in the chat. Owen saying, very nice pot, Bruce. Travis saying, ace 2, Bruce. And this board here, 10, 10, 3, 5. 3 spades out there and another 10.
Wow.
Bruce is ace high. Is going to take it down. If it gets to showdown, I think AK has a possibility to stab at this one, but he elects not to. He does not. And Bryce going to turn over the ace. Is that 2 pots in a row?
I think so.
I believe that's 2 in a row. This tall guy lurking in the shadows in the background. I wonder who that is. He may have had something to do with that large bottle of Crown Royal. Couple people disappear for a minute. Half a bottle of Crown Royal shows up on the table. Sounds suspicious to me.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, why was I left out?
Yeah.
Come on, we need some.
Why was that not brought to the booth?
Yeah,
That's the question.
That's the question. We need answers right now. And Mike with the Queen 3 out of the way. Coach with the Queen Jack of Hearts. Queen of Hearts, one of my least favorite cards in the deck, I'll be honest with you. Because of Alice in Wonderland, the Queen of Hearts was so scary to me.
Oh, I was going to say because your wife is your Queen of Hearts.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. That's what I meant to say.
That's what you, yeah.
That's what I heard me say. And Bryce now with the 6-5 going for 3 in a row in the straddle position. Not a great flop for 6-5, but he does at least make a pair.
Yeah.
Coach with the Queen Jack. Also, not a great flop for him either. The 8 of Hearts coming off here on the turn. Coach betting out. Bryce may not. Yep, doesn't want to continue there. $50, just a little too steep. And Coach now picking up $65 in profit on that last one. That's about 1 shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, half a pair of shoes. And Mike with a nice little chip stack in front of him. Doing very well for himself. Now up $545. I believe that is the profit winner. Oh, second place still Luis at $780. But $22.80 in his stack for Luis. I think Mike is the big stack right here at $26.44. Ace 3. He looks down at under the gun. Gonna pitch those cards into the muck.
Yeah.
That is the right fold. A lot of people look at aces and think, ah, man, ace. I can't believe I finally got one. But ace 2, ace 3, ace 6, ace 7, usually just not great hands. Now, Bryce, on the other hand, has the ace 3 suited, and he is in position. Now, position will change a lot of things, so actually a decent spot there to raise it up for him. And he's up against the 8-7 in Robert's hand, the 6-5 in Adam's hand. Flop comes out Queen, Jack 8. Now, this is the power of aggression in position. If Bryce bets out here, I don't think he's going to get called by anybody. And even though he just has ace high, a lot of the players might think he's got queens or jacks or something like that on the flop. And they're going to get out of the way.
Yeah, that's one thing I've learned recently is the importance of position.
That's right.
Yeah, Mike's been talking about that at home with the kids.
That dealer button is very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you got some little rock stars, I guess, growing up, huh?
I mean, we're trying.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good genes, good math skills, good poker skills. Taking the world by storm. In about 10 to 12 years. Look out, everybody. Your jobs are not safe.
Yeah.
And Robert with the king queen here. Adam with the king 4. And AK looking at the AK. I approve. AK going to bet out. Looks like 45. 65. A little extra on there. I think he'll get a call from Robert. And he does not. Okay. Tight fold from Robert right there. But speaking of position, playing the king queen out of position against a 3-bet. Very likely dominated. All right, let's play a game now. Which hand would you like to have out of these? And why is it the king jack suited? I was hoping they would all be kind of junk hands, but
I was going to say Bruce, obviously.
yeah, obviously. Yeah, that's 6-4. I was about to say, actually not that bad. The 10-7 with this flop, not that bad either. But Bruce's kings, yeah, that's going to be a good one. $25 in the pot. Coach flicks out a call. Got the gutter ball here, looking for a 7. And one of those 7s, as we know, is already in the muck. Coach now with a pair of 4s. Bruce betting out the king jack. $105 to call for Coach. And he's going to get out of there. And Bruce takes out another one. Is that 4 out of 5?
Yeah. He's coming in his own right real quick.
Yeah,
letting these guys know who he is.
He is on a roll. Stacking chips, taking names. And it looks like he's about a little over 1,200. Doing very well. And Luis now with the queen jack here in the +1 spot. We do have a straddle from Mohawk. And he's going to fold. Adam with the K9. Now, we usually name a dog breed every time we see the K9. Which one are you thinking?
King Charles Cavalier Spaniel.
Okay, that's a lot of words.
That's our dog.
Okay. Well, he's got the official King Charles then.
Yeah.
And Coach with the Queen 10. In there. Jason in the straddle with the 6-4 suited going to come along. He is here to play. And a lot of hearts out there. 6-5 deuce on the flop. Jason, the only one with a pair, and he does have top pair. He's also got a gutter ball to go with it. Adam looking at a $100 bet. If he wants to continue with the 2 overcards, he's going to have to put in 100 bones.
I don't think I would.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I think I would probably fold there too. And coach gets out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And there's that 3.
There it is.
Jason just binks it. Just getting exactly what he needs, throwing out $240. $245. Maybe for 240, Adam would have called, but 245.
Maybe. It's just way too much.
And we got Travis in the chat saying Bryce is his father. Owen seconds that. Owen saying Papa Bruce. I think it checks out. We're still waiting on Maury to get us the paternity tests. A little daytime TV reference for all you daytime TV junkies.
Is that even a thing anymore?
I don't know. I haven't been awake in the daytime in at least
In a
year.
while.
AK with the queen 9 this time, suited of clubs. And Bryce with the ace queen. And we call that one the ace quisha. All right, Travis's father getting ready. Loading it up, raising to $30.
Coach is in.
Coach is in with the 7-6. He's in like Flynn. And I got to say, 7-6, probably one of my favorite suited connectors. Unless you hit a board like that. Doesn't really work out too good. Ace high flop, though. Bruce.
He's
Papa
been with
Bruce.
The aces mainly,
Yeah.
hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been an ace magnet himself.
He has.
I guess Crystal likes him. That's what that is.
There you go. Crystal, like Mike some more.
Yeah. And a queen on the turn.
Oh.
Papa Bruce now with 2 pair.
Is really messed up. It won't be reading the card, but like halfway through, it faces itself, and it's a 3-way alt. So it's like.
And that'll do it. Papa Bruce with the check mark here. AK with a pair of queens, just enough of that board to be in jeopardy. Oops. Papa Bruce betting $200. AK got to decide whether his second pair is good enough to call. King Jack makes a straight. Any pair of aces. AK might be thinking maybe he's got a missed flush draw here. If he stayed aggressive, if Papa Bruce had 2 hearts in his hand this whole time, maybe he would play it this way. A lot of players like to play cautious with their flush draws, but they don't know. You got to mix it up. You want to stay unpredictable. And AK is a non-believer trying to catch a bluff with that bluff catcher. And unfortunately, Papa Bruce has got the goods here. The Michigan gang watching the stream here. Lots of heart hands. I didn't know that was an emoji. God, you know what? I'm older than you might think. Yeah, Drayton saying the Yankees trying to teach the Texans. Yeah.
I don't know if the words I have are appropriate for.
Whoa. Shots fired. You know, we need to put a beep sound on the board. Beep, beep, beep. Never been to Michigan before. Met a couple of good people from Michigan.
I've always wanted to go in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. When the lakes freeze over, it is too cold for me. AK with the KJ this time, the house hand. Luis with the 5-4. Yeah, trying to think of any Michigan story I've got. I don't have any. Never been. No 2 people. They're good, fine people. That's it. That's all I got. Thanks for being a part of the chat, though, Michigan gang. We do appreciate you.
Yeah. You know, one of Mike's good buddies from the Army, after his second deployment, lived with us for a couple months before he was transferred somewhere else. And he would talk about Michigan all the time. He's from there. And just beautiful. I was like, man, we got to go sometime.
Yeah, sounds beautiful.
That was like 15 years ago. We still haven't been.
You get to it eventually.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
You get to it eventually. And now AK with the up and down straight draw here makes a pair. Not the pair that he wants.
No.
Adam with the pair of queens. Gonna get the check mark on this one.
AK has been like so close
Every
so
hand.
many times tonight.
Man, it is brutal sometimes how these cards fall. AK makes the call with king high. Pair of jacks, I mean.
Yeah. Kudos for him, though, for not going on tilt in all of this.
No,
He's been so close.
yeah, and it is maddening sometimes when it gets like that. But he is keeping a very cool head. He's a very cool guy.
Hopefully I don't jinx him by saying that.
That's me knocking on wood. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But he's actually doing pretty well, holding on. Still got about 1,000 in his stack, if the graphics are correct. Just one double up away from Profit Town. If he does double up, might be in Purse Town for that special lady in his life,
Okay.
perhaps. Miguel with the 6-3 here. Bryce with the Papa Bruce, sorry, with the Jack 10.
How much did he hit my home?
And Miguel with a very impressive tower in front of him. Luis with a very impressive cover up.
Where'd he go?
Where did he go? Playing the most extreme game of peekaboo I've ever seen.
It's ostrich level there.
Flop comes out 10-9-9. Now, what do you think AK has in his hand here?
I don't know.
Jason with the up and down straight draw. Yeah, AK, I was joking at the beginning of the stream, should be called AT, any two cards. And gets a check raise in there. I like the aggression. AK representing a 9 here. And Jason, Mohawk going to throw it away. AK doesn't show. We'll just have to trust him. Maybe he had ace 10, 9-10, possible. Either way, believable story. And that's poker. You got to tell the story. AK's story, very believable. Jason bought it, hook, line, and sinker. Got out of there. When I tell stories at the poker table, I like to tell science fiction stories.
Out of body experience type thing.
Yes, right. A lot of space travel.
Is this the bomb pot?
This is the bomb pot.
Here
$10 in front of everybody. We got 9 players. We got 4 cards. We got 2 boards. And we got 1 player walking away. Where you going, Adam? Here we go. Up, Adam came back. Thank God.
It's not the hand you want to miss. There's already too much money out there.
Yeah, exactly. And if you don't like your 2 cards, well, look a little deeper. You got 2 more.
Exactly.
And here we go. Okay, so I'm being told from our IT guru here, graphics were acting up on this one. So we're going to have to piece everything together. From what I can tell,
We're playing with the players.
we're playing with the players. It looks like Jason's going to bet 100. I see that much. And it looks like we get a call out of Adam. Returned just in time to make that call. All right, looks like 90. Yep, it's a pot limit game. 90 is the most you can bet.
I like how he's hugging his stack too.
You got to hug it. You got to keep what's important to you close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Miguel, and just in case anybody's wondering, not league standard stacking of his chips there. He should put the green ones in front. But we all know that tower of power. We all know what's in there. And it looks like Miguel facing a decision here. Queen 10, 3-3. We are unsure what the board is. But like I said, we're going to piece it together. Now, sometimes on live streams, the hands will be blacked out. we'll play
Oh,
a game of guess what the holding is. Now we're playing guess what the board is. I think there's a 3 on the board. There might be some clubs on the board based on Miguel's raise.
mm-hmm.
And Jason here, Jack 10, 9, 5. Not likely connecting to any 3s on the board.
It's got to be a 10, I would think.
Could be a 10. Maybe 10-3.
Yeah.
There might be a queen or an ace out there as well. Maybe it's ace, queen, 3 on one, Jack 9 on the other. And he does lay it down. Getting out of there. Luis has walked away. You can't fold any harder than that. Just get up and leave. Adam with the ace, king, king, 7. An excellent hand in any regular PLO game. But as we can tell, this is not a regular PLO game.
Is he counting his chips?
He is counting everything. He just went all in.
Oh.
AK all in to call. Adam going to spend about 20 minutes sliding each one of those barrels forward. After he counts them, of course. AK weighing the options, looking up to the sky.
There's got to be maybe a queen on the board.
There must be. Oh, there's the board.
Okay, okay.
Jack 9-3. I called the 3.
There you go.
I got
Yeah.
good on that one. And then 10-10-7. No wonder Miguel was
Oh.
anxious to raise.
Yep.
Got the set on the top board, the trips on the bottom board.
Oh, oh. It just got interesting.
Yeah, Miguel actually a set and an up and down straight draw on one of the boards. And then the 10s with the queen kicker. Adam with the overpair here with the kings and AK with the overpair with the queens.
Wow.
And both holding a 7 on the board with the 10-10-7. All in, all in, all in. PR Shooter, the board finally has revealed itself. Graphics taking a little while to catch up. And here we go. This is what we call a dealer's nightmare. A 3-way all-in. Everybody's got different chip stacks. You got to make sure the side pots are correct. And all of these chip stacks are 4 figures large. This is a deep game that we're playing right now. And you see Crystal
Crystal's got it.
getting ready. Oh, she is an absolute pro. This is any other dealer's nightmare. Mine particularly. But Crystal's got it figured out already. Just take it methodically. Figure out what the short stack is. Count that one out. Move to the next short stack. Count that one out.
She makes it look so easy. It's not.
And she's so fast at it,
And
too.
she's just amazing.
And it looks like AK spreading the cards already. Owen in the chat saying, good luck all ins. I don't know. Grammatically.
I would love to know what Coach and Mike are saying.
Oh, yeah, look at them.
Yeah,
They're whispering,
they're all.
talking about what they folded.
Man, I mean, I love watching hands like this.
Oh, yeah.
It's what it's about, man.
This is when the money gets in the middle. The hearts start pumping.
It's what makes poker fun.
This is.
These are the hands you live for.
What do you got in the middle? $4,904. Oh, and speaking of fours, there's one right there on the board. And the king runs out, and the 8 comes out as well. Jack 9-3, king 4. And it looks like a 4 and an 8. 10-10-7, 4-8. And Miguel scoops the whole thing. Unbelievable. That king making him the straight. The set was already good. But he gets there on the straight, and the 10s hold up on the bottom board.
That is
Unreal.
amazing.
Well, Miguel got a couple of purses, a couple
Yeah.
of shoes for any ladies in his life.
I'm excited to see what he makes out of his stack.
Come on, build us that Coliseum.
Do you want to build a snowman?
And now it looks like the boards have been read.
Mm-hmm.
Crystal is just going to have to spend 20 minutes moving these chips to the right spot. Miguel in it for everything. I think he was the big stack. And we're doing a graphics reboot here. Bear with us. We've got the Fortune jackpot hitting $8,500 today.
Oh, we got a couple people on the board now for that.
Couple of people on the board.
Yeah.
We got 2 AKs. One is Ahmed Kadim, and one of them is Alex Krajewski. One is Ahmed K, and the other one's Tampa AK, representing Tampa, Florida.
It looks like Matthew Adams, maybe?
And Matthew Adams is in the house. And it looks like he's taking things down. This is our Kojak's live stream here. We are back in the game. Everything working just fine. It's all working just fine. It's working just fine. Everything's working fine. It's just fine. It's working fine.
Hey, being authentically human is a good thing.
That's what you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of strange things going on in the world these days. I'm just waiting for Neuralink to take over when we can become cyborgs. I can't wait to say, no, I don't want it.
I just thought you wanted to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, but what do I know?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
that ship has sailed. Could have been that maybe 10 years ago. Nope, no more. Takes a long time to practice the accent. I feel like every good comedian has that Arnold accent and the Trump accent, but I don't have either
Anymore.
of them. No, if I had started pumping iron maybe 10 years ago, developed the accent, maybe I could have pulled off maybe a Terminator 5.
Come into game day.
I got to come into
You
game
got to
day.
come into game day, get your levels tested on the testosterone.
And what is game day?
It is what we, Mike and I have this medical clinic called Game Day Men's Health. You can get your testosterone levels checked. We also do ED and peptides and acoustic wave therapy. So that's really helped. We have one lady come in. She's had issues with her hip. She's done a couple of sessions. Feels amazing. But the testosterone levels are awesome. You can come in, get your levels checked in 20 minutes, meet with the provider, start same day treatment if you want. 45 minutes, the whole thing.
Wow. Super quick.
Super quick.
Super easy.
But I was telling Reese, Mike got on and his levels went up. He's lost weight. He's buffed up. He's gone from watching the kids to coaching Little League. So
Wow.
yeah, he'll have so much energy. I'm like, dude, just sit on the couch. Please stop.
The results speak for themselves. Yeah, Mike's looking good.
Yeah. And then the mental clarity, because the brain fog
Right.
and your sleep, so huge too. And that's a hormone balance thing as well.
Always good to look out for. Well, you know what? I may stop by.
Come on.
You open 5 days a week?
We're currently open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 to 5.
Very cool.
Come on in. I'm the front desk, so come hang out. We'll talk poker, hormones, all those things. But yeah, come make an appointment. Call or text 432-287-8858 if I do say so myself.
There you go. Got the number memorized.
Got it memorized.
Very nice. Yeah, you may see me in there sooner or later.
Come on.
I found out recently I'm deficient in potassium.
Bananas.
Bananas. I just got the supplement from Amazon.
That too.
Yeah, you got to watch out. Potassium is one of the ones you can overdose on.
It is.
But yeah, just eating bananas and potatoes. Now, Bryce with the ace queen. Mike with the twos does fold here, making the correct fold. Ace king against for coach. Jason with the 10-9. Luis with the fours. This is ramping up to be a pretty big hand, too. Bryce going to pop a Bruce 3-bet into 160. Coach with the ace king. Thinking about maybe a 3-bet. Does decide to just call.
Brooke, you may get some shoes soon, girl.
And Luis with the pocket fours. The only pocket pair remaining. Believe it or not, the best hand right now. And Papa Bruce with the ace queen.
He's getting the aces right now, man.
He's getting the aces right now, but he doesn't know. That is the last card he wants to see. And Luis making a difficult laydown.
Yeah.
Does decide on the fold, perhaps correctly, or after that board, maybe not.
I would have folded. I'm not going to lie.
Now we're looking for, oh, there's the king for coach. Locking it up, maybe giving Bryce an escape route here. King of clubs. And coach fumbling a couple of chips, going to bet 125 here, a down bet. Papa Bruce, yep, with the escape route, gets out through the hatch. And coach chipping up.
You're watching, Brooke?
Brooke is examining her closet right now,
Yeah.
figuring out where to put all the new stuff. And a couple of bills on the table right now.
So Reese mentioned a ladies event. Are you gonna? He is kind of teased it. You got anything else you can share? I want to get all the info I can.
Yeah, we are in the process. Right now we're in the promotional teasing process phase.
Okay,
I can tell you it will be a ladies tournament.
that sounds so
We're
good.
thinking about splitting up a 2-day event.
Ooh,
Making one day here, perhaps one at our sister club. We'll have to see what happens there.
so much fun.
And I don't want to ruin the surprise, but we may be talking goodie baskets.
Ooh,
Maybe talking goodie baskets. So we'll
Love
see what we
this.
can do. I've done a little bit of research, made a couple of phone calls already.
I just need to know when to tell Mike to watch the kids. You're gonna watch the kids, and you're gonna back me, baby.
There you go.
Go.
And it looks like Brooke has been summoned in the chat saying her bag collection is stacking.
That's right, girl. You want a Louis or a Kate Spade?
That's the question.
That is the question.
Why not both?
Oh, yeah. Let's look at Coach's stack again. You can probably
Yeah.
get a couple.
You can get a couple. And Mike in the hand right now with the King 10. He does have the best hand right now. Let's see if you might need to clear out your closet a little bit more too. Make some more room.
Yeah.
Oh, and Miguel come over the top and pick up a small 45 in profit.
It looks like he has a Christmas tree.
He
Wait,
does.
that-
He does have a Christmas tree. He's got one of the shiny ones from the Charlie Brown Christmas.
Gucci run, girl. Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. Gucci never goes out of style. And I like the body language similarity here. Coach and Mike. 2 peas in a pod. Thank you. All right, Luis with the 7-6. Probably my favorite suited connectors. Gonna limp in. Just calling for $5. AK with the 7-4. Miguel with the 5-4. And Mike with the ace here. The ace-9 raising it up in the cutoff. Looks like nobody calls.
Miguel again.
No customers.
Nobody.
Miguel. His chip stack is cracking me up, though. You're right. Now that I've seen the Christmas tree, I cannot unsee
Yeah,
it.
you can't unsee it.
And Crystal shuffling up another one here. Getting in there. We've got a good couple of viewers. Thank you again, everybody, for checking us out and watching. We've got a pretty cool surprise coming up here. Could be another guest in the booth within minutes. We'll have to see how it shakes out. And Luis with the pocket 5s. He hated folding the pocket 4s. He's going to raise it up with the pocket 5s here. AK with the 4 tray. Mike with the 8-7. AK coming along. Mike folding. Jason with the 5 deuce coming along.
A lot of 5s out there.
A lot of 5s out there. Jason does make a pair. Luis still with the best hand right now. Everybody with the pair? All pairs below 6. And everybody comes along. And there's the 6. And speaking of special guest, we got Mike in the booth. Here he is.
Hey guys, it's Mike here. How's it going?
Brooke's going to get a new Gucci purse. Coach doesn't know it yet.
Oh yeah.
I'm quite excited for her. Be good. A lot of 5s out there right now. With an ace.
Oh yeah, this was a big hand.
Would you have done anything different if you were Luis?
Pair of 5s. Yeah, I was wondering what he had there. Okay. Yeah. How's the game been though? I mean, as far as watching, pretty good.
It's been pretty good. It's been fun to watch. I love the kids, and I always love to watch Crystal. She's just a magician out there as a dealer. A lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a pretty good lineup too. You got AK, Adam. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. You guys mentioned game day. Yeah, definitely come out and see us. We opened about 2 months ago, but we're over by Hop Daddy and Starbucks on Midland Drive.
Yeah, come get your testosterone levels checked. Call and make an appointment. For sure. Bryce has had quite the run recently. Or Bruce, I should say. It's very good. Oh, Coach folded, Brooke. No new purse this hand, girl. Maybe next time.
Is Brooke watching right now?
Yeah, she's on.
Oh, okay. Hey, what's going on, Travis?
Got a Christmas tree in front of Miguel as well with his stack all lit up.
Yeah, he's got it up to eye level. that was a big hand too. That bomb pot.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome to watch. A lot of fun.
Yeah, so I think this is the hand coming up here.
Can you read your own body language?
Yeah, so I've got pocket 2s. Yeah, so I opened to 35. Robert called, and Adam was a straddle. He called 35, and then AK called.
What position are you in this hand?
Yeah, so I flop bottom set here. The pot's 145. I got to let out half pot, about 75. Yeah, Robert called. Then Adam called. So five of hearts on the turn. Pot's 370. Yeah, so I lead up for I think I bet 300. 300. Yeah, so I bet 300 on the turn. Yeah, so this gets interesting here. So Adam min clicks me to 600.
What'd you put him on?
I started thinking set of fives. He flatted pre-flop. He used a straddle. I started thinking 4-5, set of fives. And his VPIP's pretty high. It's showing like 46% right now. So he plays a lot of hands, so he could have anything there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that min raise was going through my head. I think he's gonna bet it right here.
Have you played with Adam a lot?
Yeah, we have quite a bit of history playing together. Yeah, so I ended up calling the 600, so the pot's 1,500 now. And then I believe he jams all in on the river. Yeah, so Adam just went all in. I think he's got 1,800 behind. Yeah, so it's going through my head again. I'm just trying to think through the hand. I mean, he could have, I thought through, set of fives, 4-5, could have ace-3, the wheel. Bottom set, not the strongest in the world in this spot, but he's also capable of making this bluff too. So,
Mm-hmm.
But it was a lot of money to jam 1,800. So I just thought there were quite a bit of hands to beat me. Ace-3, set of fives, 4-5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost called clock on myself here.
Call clock on yourself. That's amazing. I'm like really curious on what you do. These are the hands when I watch with the kids at home that we're always like, "Come on, Dad, don't do it, Dad."
Yeah, I'll try not to give it away.
I'm a little nervous, dude.
But yeah, so yeah, again, the big red flag was the min raise on the turn. It seemed very odd. Seemed really strong.
I'm nervous. Did you lose my Louis Vuittons?
Yeah, and again, everybody, Adam's very capable of making this bluff too. I mean, he kind of lost he'd lost that big bomb pot too, so I thought he might have kind of been on tilt. That was kind of going through my head too.
Mm-hmm. A lot of variables. There's the math. There's the reading the body language, critical thinking, all life skills children need to know, learned right here in poker.
Yeah, 3-6 is out there too. I mean, he's capable of playing 3-6, right?
For sure.
Yeah, so I end up laying it down, and
Whew.
Adam flips over ace-3. He was a little upset, but
A little upset. His face is priceless. That needs to be what's on his plaque from now on.
Yeah,
That
yeah, he
face
said-
right there.
He said, "Did you pull a set?" I said, "Yeah." Yeah, so I got away. So
Whew, good. All right. I can still go shopping tomorrow. That's all I needed to know for sure. Brooke, you're with me, girl, right?
And shout out to Mike for coming into the booth. The Warriors on an incredible laydown there by Mike. Not a lot of people are going to be able to put those into the muck, especially that flopping a set like that. And you just maybe thinking, like I said, he talked about him having turning a larger set of fives. That min click was definitely very suspect, but good on him to process that out and make that incredible laydown. And I think you're kind of. I was hoping you weren't thinking he won some big giant pot, but you saw how much money he just saved.
Yes.
Kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah, he saved a lot of money. I can still go shopping with Brooke tomorrow. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I had to get Mike in here to get his thought process on being able to lay down that set. Like I said,
For sure. Adam's face, though, that needs to be the new placard for him.
yeah, I was standing right behind the table when that happened, and Adam was visibly shook
Yeah.
that he didn't get paid on that because he just knew that Moyer had a set there. So, but he laid it down. That was fantastic. And now it's coach's turn to try to figure out how to extract some money into this pot here. He's flopped trip sevens, and nobody taking much. Adam picks up the flush draw on the turn. He's just coach hoping that somebody has an ace. Doesn't happen. And now he's hoping they don't have an ace,
Yeah.
just in case. But he's got the bottom end of the boat here, but he's going to bet it out just to see if he can make a little bit of money, betting 20 into 120 here. And we're going to see that he didn't get a call there. But yeah, luckily I walked right by the table. I was on the floor helping the last hour or so, and I saw that hand go down, and I saw Adam's reaction. And, of course, he showed the straight, the wheel. And Mike was like, yeah, I had a set. And everybody was just, like, dumbfounded. And so I kind of motioned to Mike silently to come here, and I pulled him off to the side, and I said, did you really have a set there? I said, yeah, I really did. I think I got to get you in the booth for it.
Yeah. That's
but,
perfect.
But I had to know because I didn't know what he had. I was just walking by the table.
Yeah.
And, he might say he had a set there just to kind of posture, but he said, no, I really had a set. And I was like, okay, well, you're getting in the booth then.
Yeah. It's hard to lay down a set in those situations, too.
Well, like I said, Adam's capable of a bluff there, but the min click was a good recognition of Mike to know that he really is strong. That's a pretty strong move.
And just so we're all clear, ladies, that is my husband that just made the strong move.
So no messages to him. But want to thank you for being in the booth.
Thank you for having me tonight. This was fun.
Yep, and welcome
Appreciate
back any time at all. We've got about 15 minutes left on the stream. I'm going to get Bruce, whatever they're calling you here on here, and we're going to wrap up the stream. But thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me, Reese.
Yeah, we're going to get the last 15 minutes of the stream here. We'll get Bryce in here to tell us about his day, kind of a roller coaster of a day. So the live stream's over. You got 15-minute delay. So you can tell me, how'd you end up?
Up about $80. Well, I made a little bit off stream before, so I'm up about 180. But,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, still though, that is not a bad result with this these type of sharks in this field. There's definitely a lot of good players at the table, as I'm sure you've kind of found out playing with them in the last 3 or 4 hours. We were showing the V pips earlier. I'm gonna show it again. You brought it up a little bit. Let's have one little quick look here. 27%. You were in the teens earlier, but I was telling everybody in the chat that this wasn't exactly a table you could bluff very easily. So couldn't really find much of a spot to do much with, but hung in there, stayed patient, which from what I hear is a good result for your game sometimes.
Yeah.
But did you play any hands in these last 15 minutes or so?
I don't know if you've had the hand already where I 3-bet ace
Well.
queen.
Well, let's find out here.
Um,
Here we got Adam here in the hijack with pocket sixes, just calling the 10. Miguel right behind him on the dealer button. Did he just flat there with ace king, or did he raise it?
oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he just flatted, being sneaky with the ace king there, and Adam just calling the $10 straddle. Or you straddled.
I did.
You
straddle.
straddled for 10
Yep.
there with the 9-5. A flop of jack 7-3 rainbow. Adam is still going to be ahead with the pocket sixes. Checks all the way around, 4 on the turn. That's going to give a little bit to Adam. But and he's going to bet it out and test and see where he's at. See, he bet 40, and Miguel here is under repped, but can't do much about it with the ace king. He was trying to be sneaky, but it didn't work out
Yeah,
for
he
him
said,
that time.
said that to me right after the hand. Said tried to get sneaky with ace king here, and nobody raised it up. So
Brooks saying, recognize coach's shopping spree on poker shirts. Yeah, that's what Chase was saying earlier. Is definitely a Hawaiian or Florida vacation shirt there for coach. Definitely a summertime dress there for coach. But I'm definitely want to shout out lots of people watching the stream. We've been really having a good one here. It's at the 5 on the button. It's our normal game here at Kojaks, but we ran a deeper stack version here for the live stream, $1,000 min buy-in. And I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in across all of our social medias, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and staying with us here. Like I said, we're going to run down this last 10-ish minutes or so with Bryce here. You see him there in the Lions jersey. It's what's his name? He's a
Aiden Hutchinson.
as a tight end, right?
no, he's a defensive end.
Defensive end.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. And
Shout out to all my guys back in Michigan watching the stream.
they've definitely been
Active
there.
in the chat.
Yeah, shouting. Yeah, like I said, they were calling you Bruce, so they started calling you Bruce for the last hour or so.
Yep. So my favorite poker hand is ace deuce. So they always called me ace deuce Bruce.
There you go. Yeah, I think that was put into the chat. And you're here with the ace 8 offsuit, flopping top 2 pair. What are your thoughts?
I had a conversation with Drayton the other day actually about how to play 2-pair, and I slow play them way too much, and then I get caught.
Well, here you
Getting
don't have
run
to.
out on.
Miguel's betting 50.
Miguel
right in front
bets
of
it. I did the little old man min click back to him.
you. Super strength there, raising that to 100. Does it come along? No shot.
Yes, he
right?
does. Yes, he does.
Really?
Yes, he does.
He fell for the VIN clip. Miguel just wasn't a believer.
There it
He
is,
doesn't know
yep.
you here. Doesn't know you here. So you never know. 7 of clubs on the turn. Doesn't change much of anything. And he's going to check it over to you, and you're going to fire out a bullet here. Would you?
$1.25.
125 into about 280. Now, it's not Miguel can't feel too good to hear about a 10 kicker. You're representing way more than
Yep,
a good
2
ace
pair
here
plus,
with,
yep.
with the min click onto that flop.
Mhm. And he even said to me, I usually don't show my hands at the end of hands, but he calls out my hand basically right after. He says something to me here. You'll see it here in a second. But
Look at that look back like you didn't know what you had. You're showing so much strength there. I don't even know what Miguel's thinking about. He's just trying to find a way to win this pot. But
Yep.
it's a case of too many chips syndrome. That
Yep.
man scooped that.
He looks over me
awesome.
right there. He says, "You got ace 8?" He goes, "Nice hand." Folds it.
Yeah, at a minimum, you have ace 8. I just had a set of 8s.
Mhm.
And you have to show him there. So let's scoop a little decent, extra
Yeah.
little 300 pot there.
Yes, sir.
So what did you buy into this game with?
So I was in for 1,500, and then once the stream started, I was at 1,660.
Okay.
So
okay. So let's have a little look here. We pulled this up. Last couple of hands here. You see there, not only a few winners here. Miguel, the monster winner with that big bomb pot scooper there. And then Luis has had a great night himself. Hasn't had much happen in the last hour or so, but he was running hot early.
Mhm.
You see it, Bryce, there. It shows 145 up. We just said that was about accurate.
Yep, around there. Yep.
Yeah. And then Coach just down just a little bit from where he started. And then on down Adam, who was way up early, way up, caught a few bad spots there.
Yeah, he was part of
and-
that scoop and bomb pot.
Yeah, and should have got paid on that hand with Moyer that Moyer was in here talking about.
That's right.
Bottom set versus that very disguised wheel.
Oh, this is a very interesting hand here that just got done.
Luis, middle position, is going to raise it up to 20 with his pocket 4s. Adam got the pocket queens. He's feeling a little upstuck right now. And he's going to 3-bet this at 65 with the pocket queens. Miguel getting out of the way. Bryce folding the 6-5.
Oh, I
suited.
loved that hand
You
too,
should've
and this flop too.
So it should have played it. Should have played it, but it's hard to do. You unstuck yourself. So
That's right.
10-3-4. Ooh, Luis flopping a middle set against Adam's pocket queens. So it's gonna be a tough one here for Adam, depending on how Luis plays this here. See if he sends up any red flags now, or if he just does a smooth call. Betting 85 into a little over $100 pot. See if how Luis chooses to play this here. He's been really patient. Got up early, had some great hands, and then unfortunately just hasn't caught the cards. And patience has paid off. Looked like he did do.
Yep. He announced raise through the call in, and then I think he raised it up maybe 200 more, maybe.
And we'll let the graphics catch up here. And Adam, did he click it back?
4-bet. Yep, 4-bet post flop.
So it was a bet, raise, re-raise back to him. So Adam definitely going to be able to decide here if his queens are in trouble. Because if Luis calls or raises or does anything here besides folds, he's going to know that he's got a monster here, because Luis is never going to do this with ace 10 or king 10. You know, the worst Luis is going to have here is ace 10 of spades.
Yep. And I don't know if you can see it on here. Maybe the graphics are catching up right now, but Luis the whole day had those big towers of red chips, and then he had a stack of green and black ones. He fired back a big old stack of black ones.
Yeah.
So 5-bet post flop.
Wow.
So it's insane strength here.
Yeah, like I said, the queens, there's just one of those things that the pot might just spiral out of control, or Adam just may not have a choice here. Luis looks like he did put out a massive bet, and now Adam stuck with a real decision here. But the pot has ballooned to over $2,000, and expectedly so, with an overpair and a very under-repped set. We'll see if Adam can get away from this here. So if the graphics are caught up here, Luis 5-bets here to 1835. It's going to be 1750 more.
Yeah, out there, Adam was kind of talking to himself, trying to put Luis on a couple different hands. He asked him if he had jacks, and then also asked if he had the ace 10 suited of spades that you were talking about.
Yeah, that's what you're. Even the best case scenario, obviously your opponent has jacks here, but it's hard to even put him on jacks with this sort of
That's right.
back and forth after this flop.
Mm-hmm.
Jacks is just gonna flat at some point, getting a little nervous, just like the queens should. But the minimum worst hand ever that Lewis ever has here is ace 10 of spades, and even then you're on a super race here.
Yeah.
And Adam, they're making a great laydown. Yeah, just deciding not to continue that off. And did Luis show his hand face up
He
there?
did show it, yes.
Okay. Yeah. And
We were all talking over there. We thought it was set over set for the longest time, with maybe Adam had pocket tens, and you're going to see a cooler right in front of us.
yeah, no, that was definitely fireworks on that flop, but good fold for queens there. It's obviously the right fold. We could see it, but I think nothing less than a set there is going to be playing back at you like that. And but still, a lot of people just can't let that go. So good on Adam. But overall, what'd you think of the session?
Yeah, it was super fun. We had a good time with all these group of guys. It seems like everybody had a lot of respect for each other's game, and everybody played really well, I thought, honestly.
Yeah, I told the chat earlier that I had heard yesterday. I had a couple people drop out of the stream late, and you were like, "Can I play?" And I said, "Are you sure? Are you sure you want to play?" I knew the lineup. These guys are tough poker players. A coach, Mike, Jason. Jason was a late addition there.
Yeah, Jason's super aggressive today.
He's a definitely, and he didn't show half of his normal aggression. I'll be
Really?
honest with you. Yeah, he's a very, very tough opponent. And Lewis and AK were kind of an unknown to me, but they showed some pretty good chops in this stream.
Yeah.
Definitely respect their game for sure.
For sure.
And Miguel showing good hands. So overall, just a great lineup of very difficult players. So good on you to sit down with these guys and hold your own.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah.
So ace, deuce, 9, 1 spade. Jason flopping top pair aces. Board pairing 9 on the turn. Adam was looking to maybe continue there with a spade, but now he's just posturing to see if he can steal this one away. The board pairing could bring Jason along, but that 6 kicker is not going to be looking good to him right now, especially not picking up an additional spade draw on that turn.
That's right.
Price. So he's got to be worrying about that 6 kicker now. So great on Adam to fire out a big bet there, and it works. Jason
right.
lays that one down. I guess we were just discussing, that's not a man that likes to fold. And he decided to go ahead and let Adam have that one. So good bet there by Adam. Once again, we're going to have 1 or 2 more hands left here in this live stream. And lots of people still with us, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. You guys are the reason we put on these streams every Thursday for this month. We'll be posting up what next Thursday's stream is going to be soon. I don't think we really had a chance to put that together yet, but you can find it on Poker Atlas and get signed up if you'd like to be on stream and play these specialty games we have on Thursday nights. And I don't know what the game is going to be, but if the lineup's anything half like this, I hope everybody's ready to play some poker next Thursday.
Yeah, so this will be the last hand that you see me in bomb pot.
Spoiler alert, did you pick anything up?
I did not. Quickly folded and came in here to the stream room to say what's up to everybody.
Yeah, we've been struggling with bomb pots this stream. All these cards and the boards kind of messes with the computer once in a while. We saw most of the action on that 3-way all in.
Yeah.
You just don't see that very often in bomb pots. 3-way all in on the flop.
Exactly. Everybody had a little bit of a piece of it.
Yeah.
And
Just,
it went pot, repot.
just to gamble on a bomb pot.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely crazy hand, and see if we can have something else last up here.
Oh yeah, I am. I get to see people's hands now for the first time. I did pick up a bottom set on one board and a gut shot on the other one, but
you have to pay $50. Looks like Jason's going to lead this one out with just a top pair, 2 pair on the top, and ace king, paired kings on the bottom, and
the nut diamond draw as well.
See if the nut diamond. See if anybody decides to come out. You do call a street. Look
I did call the $50 on the flop with bottom set, the gut shot, hoping to get a little lucky.
Gut shot, bottom set. That's fun. You knew it was going to be close to the last hand game a little bit. And lots of people called $50 apparently with the graphics catch up and found out how many.
You know, coach's hand there, he has ace, ace, queen, queen. There was 2 times today where I was dealt 2 pocket pairs in the bomb pots as well.
Really?
Yeah.
That's tough to improve on.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like Adam's going to be firing out some more here. He's got king 9, 7, 6. So he's got, we'll see what these turns are when they catch up. He might have picked up some straight draws here. Yeah, he's got open-ended on the bottom. He's got open-ended, looks like on both pretty much. But he's going to bet 250, a real healthy bet here.
Mm-hmm.
And getting 2 other callers. So we're going to see some rivers here on the pot that's blown up to over 1,000.
And I would have made 8s full.
You would have made 8s
Didn't even
full.
see it, and it would have been good.
Paying $200 for that? I don't think so, though.
For bottom full or second bottom full house.
So I think that's going to give Adam the straight on the bottom. And Coach's aces look like they're going to hold on the top.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, we'll see if Adam makes a bet here to clear out the field. Diamonds did miss, and he doesn't have the nuts straight, though. But 2 of the jacks are represented on the top board, so it's harder to your opponents to have queen jack, but it is a bomb pot.
For sure.
So might just be good to get some showdown value here rather than try to bet this, but I'm completely wrong as Adam's going to fire 500. And that's going to get Coach to lay it down. And does Jason here find a call with his he doesn't have much of anything either.
No, he doesn't.
No, he had this might be a bet that takes this one down.
Yep.
And there goes Coach, lays down the aces and queens. Tough to have that pretty of a hand and nothing really come out for it.
Yeah.
And now does Jason
hero call with ace king would be
bluff
insane.
catching? Does he just bluff catch here?
Mm-hmm.
And,
Just Queen Jack just dominates you both boards here.
Yeah, with the graphics, like I said, they're kind of playing heck here. We'll see if he did make a call here or not. It's for about a third of his stack, and he's thinking about it, Bryce.
He
Yep,
does
and
lay
he
it
does
down.
let it go finally. So one last look here at these stacks. Miguel, your big winner with that three-way all-in bomb pot scoop, 4,800 on his day. He's believe he might have been only in for 1,500, so a good win up on him. Adam, the other 4,000 winner, and like I said, let's have a look at some of these stacks here. Miguel, Luis, and Bryce, you got
Look at that.
green.
Yeah, it's always good to be in the green by the end of it.
Got
Isn't it?
into the greens.
Yep.
Shout out to Bryce. And once again here, guys, appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. The $5 on the button games happen here all the time at Kojak's, but this one was a little bit special. We will be posting soon on what our next Thursday night game is going to be. But don't forget about our Fortune jackpot. 4 hands in 4 hours. It is up to $8,500. There is no reason to not come play at poker here at Kojak's. Just casual poker playing. Hit those 4 hands, a set, Broadway, a flush, and a full house. Seems crazy, but you're just playing poker, and you might as well try to get lucky. And that $8,500 jackpot is still going to be up for you there. My name is Reese.
I'm Bryce.
Here's Bryce getting in at the last of this live stream. And there's Eden Brush at Kojak's. It was a good stream, man.
Yeah, great stream.
So good
Yeah.
job on surviving that kind of a Shark Tank there.
That's right.
Of some really good players. And like I said, just a little bit of gas money on the way home.
That's right.
Better than losing.
Pay for the
pie.
hotel.
There-
Pay for the hotel.
There you
tonight.
go. There you go. But there's still there was 3 tables going out there,
Wow.
so you might get hung on the way out the door playing some more poker. But yeah, 3 tables here on this Thursday night at Kojak's. Plenty of action. It's still early, 10 o'clock here, but our stream is 7 to 10 every Thursday. We'll find out what that game's going to be next week. Look for the list on Poker Alice and sign up for that game and join these players on this stream. We'll be here doing our broadcast. And like I said, traveling from San Angelo. Shout out to the River League dealer.
Everybody back home.
Yeah, watch it. And like I said, you came out money ahead. Can't beat that.
In the green.
In the green. So appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in to the Kojak's Poker Club Thursday night live stream. We will see you next week, but hope to see you in the room for the Fortune Jackpot. All the cash games this Saturday night, $3,000 guarantee tournament for only $65, by the way.
Oh, wow.
$65 buy-in tournament on Saturdays with a $3K guarantee and the Fortune jackpot rolling all the time here. $8,500. Come try to win that jackpot. Keep an eye out on Facebook for any other announcements on the stream next week and sign up on Poker Atlas.